And but they say motimenka. Okay, hang on. Okay, yeah, hang on. Yeah. Motimenka. Motimenka. I think now we are back on Tino. My mama good evening. Jasu Medini live on OK 101.7 FM. And yes, I'm live on OK FM Facebook. And so we are live on OK FM on radio. You're live on OK FM your friends say Facebook so ubenya also on YouTube Vim Lady Online. Vim Lady Online. So thank you for notifying me. Says say the sound here okay. I got this up. Thank you so much. Sorry, say na sound here okay. So just you made it. Said they make we're live on OKFM. We're live on NASFA Radio UK. We're live on Kings Jersey Radio. So New Jersey, and we're live on our Dafopa Media. We're live on High Life Radio. So Virginia, and we're live will be on air, online, online, and in the air, in the sky. On Facebook, everywhere. We are everywhere. Good evening, Bill. Good evening, Bill. Said American, and there we have major issues to talk about. One of them, Ghana and Kasa. So where we are. Nana don't think, thank you so much. Abena Amwa also say live and clear. Thank you so much. Appreciate you people. And the MPP for at crossroad because Ghana Japan any team, almost no apology, no unity. We will have to talk about a security issue with Burkina Faso. No, Ghana for no coffin tools or Burkina. Attack. We have been talking about this. I say Ghana buy and funny serious. In fact, Ghana for attack or my share mon cars near the This is on Ghana government. This is on us. We have long known say Ghana you issues. A quite be so mayani a year baba ya kakra I say MP now or they saying we don't have a defense ministry, but I think whether we have a defense minister or not, is immaterial. Say your interior minister, it's interior minister, so can also take oversight responsibility after all, no, in charge of Ghana's internal security. What you say? He said Ghana ready for Burkina Faso na semasi. Looking at the relationship of Ghana and Burkina Faso, there's no way it was a Ghana for a facing attack. But the enemy that said there's a problem in Burkina Faso. Burkina for Omani volatile. So Ghana for to allow a J4 to go and buy tomatoes, even in this volatile situation, fault. Where the American they should sue Ghana government for wrongful death. Sa si Burkina Faso. Na Burkina for a volatile situation. There's nowhere was a Ghana, and crow for coin, and more border echo up and down, because what happens in what happens in some other countries and say a jump say a can humpo another country pay no more issue travel warning mo bianco Ghana de atna why ye behind son to say it's on us. We have killed our people, not Burkina Faso. We have caused this. I am protecting and for then Kokoboni and the Mayan for. In any case, media and say if the problem in Burkina Faso you're volatile at this time, phone call, you don't just warn your people, you block your people from going there. But Nina Babesi coin be so say ye Duantos or has said John Dumelo starting and I have to congratulate John Dumelo and commend him. You see, sometimes appointment into government positions, it's not just by saying Nipano or expertise in that area. Expertise, you don't need to have expertise in that area. After all, Uko ministry, they are technical people to say chief directors, assistant directors, they are technical people. Into what we are government appointee and now say minister, no political appointee. You don't need to be a technocrat. And in the history of Ghana, we are technocrats in areas, most of them but Nipano were passion so obesom Ghana. Nipano were passion so we make a difference. Nipano were passion so we make an impact. That's all you need. Don Dumelo call your friends and your Greek ministry. Look, on one casa on his own, cry as MP. On one casa on his own, cry. Look at how Don Dumelo is managing his constituency. One of the most passionate boots on the ground effective on Kasao when you're A+ every day or A+ now if you look at him he's there's a lot of changes. Just no crackers or sponsor private members bill to make paternity fraud a criminal offense. I think that's one day kudos to EFS A+. But I'm telling you, John Dumelo is an only EFS could do upon they are in a class of their own. Let's talk very effective. Kojo Ponkroma on Shadanya economy so Kojo Ponkroma economists. But look at when it comes to economic discussions about Ghana economy. He has even moved from non-one communication, showing not just that he's just talking about economy, but because Kojo Ponkroma for a while, ne Papa Nkasa has banking background. Until you can understand that although no one economists, I mean by association with the bombardment of information, because the Papa no one point set out a microfinance idea, he's very well versed in the area of economy. Solid guy. Until my point again is that about political appointment, you don't have to be technically competent in that area, but who passion, who commitment, who person you make a difference, and that's all you need. And that's what people like John Dumelo and Kojo Ponkroma are doing. In fact, people are in your own communication, which is an area that Kojo Ponkroma for a long time or year, he wasn't just so excellent in that area. But look at economy. In that area, very solid. Until let me commend John Dumelo again. In terms of a Greek, said dear John Dumelo, over the last, in fact, even to an extent, by any champion, but he wasn't that as boots on the ground to say John Dumelo. Inti senka dear John Dumelo yet was and I say if we have started, for instance, a Dr. Koto many is ready, you know, Dr. Koto, you can't, I don't know, because me papa, me nana, any ochame ba for Koto, ne nana, any ochame ba for Koto, I can't Dr. Akoto, come in, no, but in terms of a Greek, they were managing here, planting for food and jobs, were managing here. And think planting for food and jobs, said John Dumelo have fun World Cup. And I can Dr. Free Akoto so fun World Cup. And you don't have to be perfect. I'm not saying Dr. Free Akoto should have been perfect. That's not what I'm saying. You can't be perfect. But in Casino, John Dumelo have fun World Cup, no fun World Cup. At least there's no reason why it was a young year before Burkina Faso Kofantos. I mean, you Burkina Faso. Desert to me bien toast my kofa. That is the first failure right there for Ghana's agric. The first failure. See, a Burkina Faso a kofa nam, ya kofa nya imponche. I don't have any problem. Omonde, that's their forte. That's their area. But say Ghana, yeah, ye tia sa so a from plains in all the way for north. Eba ba besi asanti besi asanti achima gogo. Asante achima gogo adi omu dua kese pa ye ntos ne body. The whole of our farm plains here to me and ntos. Ada me ya akole nyina mama no mo kofa ntos ada ntos ada ntosu eni meko eni enkruma ada akole wabi meko tintin na ye friend akole wabi ye fa na ada nti e den ye ja ada ho e den ye ja a farm place ho ye kofa ntos. That is the number one failure on the part of Ghana. That is the failure. That is the number one failure. What you say? That is the number one failure on our part. Until again, I'm commending John Dumelo. Why you are dear papa? The way I wafa a Greek World Cup, you must be encouraged, you must be commended, you must be pushed and supported. Now, no more. In the next 4 years, the John Dumelo will be able to continue and do it even to the farm place. Ghana, young Kofantos were Burkina. We need to go back to the champion, which is Kakana John Dumelo has started. And I encourage the next government, whether NDC, MPP, they need to also continue. Near Ghana and Konenim, Nanya offending a year, and yet Burkina for offending Ghana. And no more classmate near Burkina for ferry Ghana for Sway. And no more classmate in Ghana and Yako Ghana. I confront toast to the extent that our citizens, Yakokumomo, yes, she will cast. Why? And they are crying. They should sue Ghana government. Wrongful death. It is the negligence of Ghana government. Negligence is just say, you have the number one ultimate responsibility to protect your citizens. And failure to do so because you have all the reasons. That is your duty. Number one, you have a duty to protect your citizens. Number two, you have failed in executing that duty to protect your citizens. Number three, there is death that has resulted in your failure to protect your citizens. That is right there, negligence. Negligent death. That right there. And the Bushafonians will go see MPP. People's relatives have died. Breadwinners are cool. and so Ghana for be shut down their politics see any a brand abusia for no be anywhere in Europe or America they will sue government, sue them wrongful death or maji billions a share or abusia for. We have no more better Ghana so no or mo see na say make us say teachers across strike, teachers across strike almost your music yentia or mo year demonstration, well mo demonstration not strike. Teachers say complaining to yentia or musica. You see press and you see good one every time as so aben bi about first year and half no you have some honeymoon. Say honeymoon the teachers say that they want their salary and pay salary. So now you cannot go and say that and the MPP for buying no more no more whether more no more or more you, that is your job to pay the salaries. And it doesn't even matter so because when MPP for no more MPP for no more buy a gold board next go then the waji. What at a Bank of Ghana gold deposit and the buy the waji neka or obekasa onye. Ni nyina ka ho. Aban bi aba o inherit eka or inherit assets and liability. Ni nyina ka ho. Into ubana liability wo honma your job is to pay the liability. Ubana asset wo honma aban you take the asset now they are your money ye. Now they are your money ye. Inti yambo atofo senso abaso na no eyi friends for yi domestic debt ese no mo ye bonds ne eyi omo so omo utua interest. You see no dey why dey so change go and pay the teachers, go and pay the teachers mo dey omo ka go and pay them. And Ghana teachers are very critical because they are not the middle class of Ghana. Teachers are what Ghana no omo na mo ye almost the poor of the poor. Teachers are what Ghana ni bi, and teachers are what Ghana so are the glue that holds this nation together. And it's all the teachers can say when triape. That's the teachers take us more cost strike 3 months, 4 months to cry and call an because a necra teachers in cost strike or more try the imponent and the results of by and call an performance. What are the results by in army? Failings it is not just the salary that the teachers need. They need incentives about Buama teachers need to me actually dear passionately. And yeah, they passionately teach the children passionately. Now know the incentives. And the my teachers no show moon crying or show my flumu teacher on person beko TV no ko the on say on ko sabulugu no ko ni nyina is part of it. You need to support the teachers. Into your teachers no ni ehun se mo ye adwuma. You say honeymoon is going in their solid work buying baby or the inflation I be do good job single digits, but the inflation no must reflect. And even this is the more reason why inflation neighbor from no and also making sure that the teachers have enough. The teachers have enough. What you say? And you know, my idea betimi aboana to me akoyenim. Well, somebody said if you talk about the Ebenezer and Kanamwa, or say if you talk about the Chief Justice finding of no evidence against the petition to remove the Electoral Commission chair and the special prosecutor and the president dismissing the application. Okay, let me find out if that is the case. Yeah, me find here say nkwanye eduma. You know, let me find out if that's exactly the decision of the first Anna. And this issue and about baby TV, mommy is we are buying there. I wish say and Ghana for will be very kind to the woman. I pray and say judge now obey the case no ebe dealing with the case like 10 show boy now what TikTok will say why no musicians be the jail abano any case ni sir, because clearly mommy we ade ebe push your baby see so unko hospital unko wi abano. She has a mental issue. But then me mano and a court befa. The court will only take evidence from expert opinion. Obia or a friend saying na mudaho. What you say? Obia me say na mudaho. Obia or expert or technically competent in their area. And a psychologist. And there was say the woman called a pantine and I say mental hospital. Now doctor for any checking na dream so you okay na. It is not just about say my family meaning in a court. Na judges and case say enko jeli no. Ujeli mami we ya why jeli no hunu because be oni pe bi any one ma oye na dwene mu da ho oni hwe abekwa wi aba wo hospital. Your society na ye wo no yen ka the negative part of your society ye suban bi nye society etumi push oba obi ko aware na wan wo aye so oba na fault oni mu kra ye so oba na fault. What you say na ye bedi na tem ye share obi anada da wo obe den na wa aden na wo afo nyina wo wontem yana wonna sorry so just say the torture, the torment, yet torture and crop for this is the society we live in. Torture and crop for san torture no and I'm more bana ko wiaba no. What you say? Bana wako wia na nyese bi open wako wia. Me say ye fa no mental hospital one time. Ye ko check na adwene mu. O ti ase ye ko check na adwene mu make sure say maame ni okay because there's no reasonable person and adwene mu da ho. Ah, obekwa ko wia ba. Utu say maame we she doesn't even know say the oye no eye bone. Onim say wa commit crime. Nti bibisa no momfa no nko. Momfa no nko na ye check na adwene mu. Na ye so you okay and sana you not go back to court. You should not just be quick to jail the person. What I say? You should not just be quick to jail the person. Say. Eh? You're very careful, Ghana, because you're sorry, I be and make you, this is a nation that we abuse women. You found come member to be to say ma, you dear member no 1 or 2. But you found come member be so to say ma, and man, we abuse them. Oban we to say we commit crime. Because meanwhile, you phone than a yemen, and you no boy, you phone. And definitely, Oban, you no creative babies when you. But this is a society where we abuse women consistently. I'm sorry now, because even I'm sorry for who are supposed to know better. Crano, almost Christopher, I'm multi sorry the if you wanna, I'm punch service to crano. Can I use young can't no, you know, who's young can't no, you know. So no, ni one on this yes, or nim say a friend say a Tete nipa sa. Yen ya na mama na ko wiaba no. Yen ene ya. She's suffering from mental no before I didn't be court. The court should order for a year friends say mental evaluation. Yen checking adwene so you okay now because no normal human being you see can have the intention say me ko wiaba. Because no cry him say echewa. Ya nche okra so I just bibi na pushing mo. Nipa bebre ni ma. But no, be an Dr. Educhum, and kudos to Dr. Educhum. I think that Dr. Educhum and then they should take this up upon themselves as a project to push on the Miami about when you watch him and somebody. Because Dr. Educhum in a delay interview, he said it. So then they worry over 16 years and or more. These are the people we must push and show that it is okay. It is okay. Because you know, no Boba to them. It's okay. And he find shame me nipa no money na sorry. That is my problem. Oh, I'm sorry mu. They are poison, evil people. No more they drink of what them. We understand psychologically, no. You are creating anxiety, tension. Psychologists for where you PTSD. Na nipa na fe ni onam kra wa ya ha. Onko nipa mu. Onko otis another for be ya do kra onko. This is a mental condition, and you'll be all mental condition. Be not to go mental condition. And if I don't go to the extent of I mean Bonra Hospital, I mean go Yaba. Mammy not to want to crowd on who the eye because for says she's justified in stealing the child. On who puts away we are Colano. Until no. Ghana for me until let's go back to the your friend saying ECDN. And now I've confirmed the it's true say. Oma confirm say so shame or no. You see the NDC people were saying and you have Pamo EC chair and you have Pamo special prosecutor. Shame on all of you. Fire burn you people. Fire burn all of you people. Pushing the president to do the unconscionable. Onkononko establish it. There's established prima facie case against Jemensa. They are not Jemensa. Meanwhile, the same people, in fact, Oliver Bama or court is here. Say, or court should declare, say, electoral commission should not conduct Ayawaso elections. The same electoral commission, you see, we have institutions that must be protected. And found some better a James Ansem. And then found some penny, and then found said we should not politicize and I don't know my in removing Charlotte. Say we must not repeat it. Then be a standard. So be about not in the easy chair about. What kind of nation are we building? Oko Americans are no more. And I will call Europe now, for Britain constitution, it be better than Ghana constitution. So I know Britain. It's a shame. So shame on all those NDC people who are pushing ye Germans. So this is the story. I just got it from Ghana web. 10 petitions to remove EC and OSP leadership. Friend saying dismissed. So the President John Dramani Mahama, on the advice of the Chief Justice of Ghana, has dismissed. And kudos to President Mahama. Hey, President Mahama. We a guy, Rolf. President Mama. Hey, we a guy. What's something I'm sure that more standing ovation. This is standing ovation to the president. I think the people who are around the president, advising president, say, do not take the bait. Me betina hana me kan comfort say, and this four boys sending message didi matem. Mr. President Mama, do not take the bait. So when they standing innovation, papa, so I'm sorry, President Mama. Do not take the bait. Teletubbies, political Teletubbies, no, might be low IQ, no. Then President Mama should you remove J Mensa, and I remove J Mensa to the tender. Obi who say soldier credit J Mensa. Why is the soldiers got more threatening, ma'am? And I come say when in the team protect, you know. When you people were doing threats to J Mensa, Yantigana Hana who issue threat to a Chief Justice to repair. Nana Mo says soldier Dinechi garden. Why is the soldiers protecting her? I can want and go protecting her. President on a man, soldiers protecting. President on a man, the camp, no bodyguard on your soldier. Into James, an institution like the Electoral Commission, so you are protecting NT. It is because of details on my packet. Someone on a bonnie, I'm over here. So again, Mr. President Mama, standing ovation. Standing ovation. Standing ovation for President Mama for refusing to take the bait to remove James. For refusing to take the bait to remove James. Just say President Mama on the advice of the Chief Justice of Ghana. Since Chief Justice, so kudos to you. Kudos to Chief Justice. Justice Bafubon Nyakupo Shao. He has dismissed multiple petitions calling for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, her deputies, and the Office of Special Prosecutor. A total of 10 petitions. 10 petitions were submitted to President Mama for the removal of the chairperson. Hang on. For the removal of the chairperson, Jemensa, and her deputies, as well as Special Prosecutor Kise Jabing, and were forwarded to the Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni. According to the statement by a spokesperson for the President, Felix Kwachofosu, on Wednesday, the President dismissed 10 petitions, which were submitted after Chief Justice Paul Bafuboni determined that no prima facie case has been established in the petitions. In Kwasia petitions, President Mama. Nkwasia petition, Chief Justice Nyakupo Shao. Also, there are no prima facie cases established in the petitions. Eyensemunu petitions, Nkwasia petitions, bogus petitions, useless petitions, nonsense petitions. Also, following the receipt of 7 petitions, hang on. Your Black History Month, and TBB Poppy up Black History. No. See, following a receipt of 7 petitions for various individuals and groups for the removal of the chairpersons of the Electoral Commission and their deputies, and 3 petitions for the removal of Special Prosecutor John Dramani Mahama, in accordance with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 15 of the Office of Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, referred same to His Lordship Chief Justice Justice Bafuboni on November 25th, 2025, to determine whether the petition disclosed a prima facie case. By the letter dated 26 January 2026, Chief Justice informed His Excellency that no prima facie case has been established by the petitions to warrant any further investigations for the removal of the chairpersons, her deputy, and the commissioner and special prosecutor. Under the Constitution, the chairperson and the EC and the deputies have the same conditions of services as justices of the Superior Courts, and their removal is governed by Article 146. And no. You cannot remove her. President Mama Nyakupo demand the why Yamanesi. Chief Justice, so God bless you. God bless you too for being not just a mere Chief Justice, but the Chief Justice of Wisdom. A Chief Justice of Wisdom, a Chief Justice of Nyansa, a Solomon Chief Justice. Obianko yi obia. Yes, ye sit down tiasia kolenu or go and kotum. Ye first a special prosecutor Kise Jabing, on tiasia kohage a first a transformer. And no. I establish a case no. What I say. And this is good for democracy. What the decision of the CJ, the decision of President Mama Nina say, omu you be omu democracy. We a good message for Ramadan starting there. Good power for Ramadan starting there. We praise President Mahama. We commend the Chief Justice for taking this bold step. Yeah, or the Ayama Abuama Ghana. It will be akosono, and this would no doubt strengthen democracy in Ghana. And I'm happy about this. I'm so happy about this. I'm very, very happy about it. So we'll be able to speak into detail about this matter. But Chairman, Janice Asaribediako, MPP for Chairman Washington DC, I think officially Chairman so called as National Chairman of MPP for US. So I'm back and Ajiman David say if you have good work, this shows the institutions and a year ejuma. I think that kudos and more for President Mama and the Chief Justice. This is a very good job, say, on Mama institutions. So a year ejuma. Lovelace, or say, I thought Ken attended his bail hearing on 16 February in the US. What's the update? Well, I have not checked the update. It's not our priority today. He's facing issues in another jurisdiction, which is US, but I can check for you why. Lovelace, I say, Madam, this is not Mahama failing to remove them, but the pressure from the international community is too much. Well, whether pressure from the international community or not, so a tear pressure, no, what's your hand? Because he could have also defied the pressure and said that obey you anyway, which would have been a very big embarrassment for Ghana. Very big embarrassment for Ghana. And it's a president now, yeah. I agree. I agree. Say yes, I won't take it bait. No. Link say both parties think that we will come and steal for 8 years, then hand over to another political party. Ono so baba be we a Ghanaian citizen. What is going on in Ghana is too bad. Well, ono say for NDC ni MP nyina omu nyina ba no we abewia kakra okwa na ne yonko so aba abewia. Lovelace was saying the DDP payment paid by the current government are debt relief monies negotiated by Ken Ofori-Atta before he left office. These are tied to IMF. Yeah, my word said they were tied to IMF conditionalities. And IMF no can say more muntia until 2027. That's one I'm aware of it. Into you know the Lovelace better watch and say Ken Ofori-Atta do my panel you know a some faso and a abano. You know, Marco say if you are good, he say to me and find out prima facie case be against Chief Justice, any special prosecutor, and a good. Okay. Okay. Abranti, or see Vim Lady hating NDC government to the core. Well, hating the game. It was a fingerprinter. No, Obia hate Obia. Nami, Obia Boni doesn't need to explain anything to you anyway. Person I no more concern my young for the friend or say forget to talk about Chief Justice. Okay, my kind of message is way. And see, thank you so much because you see, Ghana they building and yet NDC and yet MPP. If you remember the president, Mama Kanye or the New Year any Christmas message banana or see any NDC Ghana any MPP Ghana your Ghana back up. Ain't you know I did be a Ghana becon a good. It is a president to say. There is no prima facie case against Jemensa. There's no prima facie case. Jemensa, you were Juma. And I'm happy that Jemensa being a woman. I was so offended the fact that Oyo Banti, everybody was attacking her. Attacking her to the extent that we be defending Jemensa. Oh, near the Wafra, near do at him. I say Jemensa, I born in a Jemensa. And then people have the audacity to say, if Charlotte, we condemn Charlotte say. If you want to suffer from amnesia and that's a memory or the kind, I said, that's your problem. But go back and watch all the videos we did during Charlotte or say we condemned it. We condemned it. What I say? So we cannot, in any case, say a mistake under Charlotte. We cannot continue like that. You build your mind for legacy or management, and yet tit for tat, and yet vengeance near yet. Now will be a waiting, will be so mayo. No, yeah, build your mind. In fact, I'm a president, I'm actually young son say, look, obi na I afume down on from bekum. On from bekum. It is obi Charlotte every one no president Mama will not make the mistake of removing Jemensa. Chief Justice said there's no prima facie case that warrant any investigation. Into Jemensa now on Onyen Ejuma. Good job. Good job. And good job, boss, for reminding me about this. I said, good job for reminding me about this issue. This is a major issue. And the chairman, as I be there, we need to get back to you and send a lawyer question Abana, you know, and also also on this Jemensa issue. And I think even for more politicians, your friend saying, this is good. This is good. They say Abba around this time. Because I mean the over politicization of issues, and yet the over politicization of issues, and for the first time, I'm happy that saying you have shown them say yeah this is good. What I say you have showed them say this is good, and I'm happy, what I say I'm happy. So let's see what MPP as an opposition so they are doing, because I'm and make a say MPP was so a stronger the opposition, the better for Ghana democracy. There's no democracy without an opposition. MPP for you. It's a mistake. Politics, I say. There is no democracy. Obi ansoma say enkofa democracy. Ya na yeko Britain, yeko US, yeko suya bi. And you say multi-party democracy. What you say? Multi-party democracy. You know, see a multi-party democracy there. Yeah, opposition can and on my in fact, this James Samu issue, look at the noise that was made by opposition. But the importantly, the noise that was made about civil society groups, the noise that was made about media for Nina can I want to politics as ya would buy and now be at them. Nina can criticism Nick County editor your mind. So kudos also come my MPP for as an opposition for them to make noise and remind the president that with our job, any priority is to build institutions, not to destroy the institutions, not to undermine the institutions, not to discredit the institutions. It is a institutional head in Poye Bibia, yen crucify institution and kasa. For maybe the institutional head, no error. No, you're building institutions. So kudos to MPP for, kudos to civil society group, kudos to media. It's all the noise, no, and I result in this. Chief Justice President Mamanko, kudos to everybody was involved. You're building institutions. No institutions, na ye. You're building institutions, no institutions, na ye. Which I say, and also, call opposition now. You say, on National Council, no, say, on my guidelines before in-person elections. And he said there was this issue MPP for were complaining about your friend saying proxy voting. Say even omo proxy voting in a muba no. It omo pe proxy voting bia. It say omo National Council no take decisions about how omo be in-person voting, even for omo abrochire no. And the chairman will be able to explain to us how this matter is Like question mbacho asa mbacho question mam so betimi akai no so that we can start with this answer na chairman etumi aba so remember Jude so aba because Jude ba so ache because Jude must be able to explain to us some of these issues too. But who one kasa so who issue be our person also who contributor, you can also join us and share your views about, especially James Samudi, what you think about. Is this victory for democracy? Is this victory for civil society groups? Is this victory for NDC? Is it victory for the Chief Justice? Is it victory for even a President Mama said, what do you see? What I say, Mami to me, what you think? What I say? For link then use the link, join us, share with views. As I'm pennyphoning in Abba, I'm almost about a share of my I mean, Ghana no ye or mine for Ghana for not just from pennyphone into I didn't tell also the Beba Patrol. Use the link here, join us and let us know what you also think, especially about you can also talk about Burkina issue, no, any the fact that issue a big warning. I say, Banipa every money amani hunawie. What I think I feel na can conform no coffin toast na kasema koto woma and no. But now Omako face problem anyway. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. What I say, let me know what you think. So no David, you say I'm done with MPP. Na me or say I'm sorry MPP ni. Or say I'm done with MPP. I just destroyed my membership card today. I wish them well. Hey, so no David, my own said DNT and I will destroy a party card. Is it because unity now for saying now what? Now the reasons so at the account. Richard message or there, but Richard said, thumbs up, Mr. President. So when ye shall James Sano, yeah, that's a part when you James away. Richard Odru, the message, and no. Adjuma so message or say if you are it is good, say institutions, Juma. I'm happy, say President, no, and ye James and free honor. Yeah, my institutions, so and yeah, Ajuma David messenger or the abandon. No, thank you so much, Ajuma David, for also message. Joseph message or also the about say watching you live from Crack Room in Senwa in offenso more Vim. But offenso the Miami 18. Me official training college kitu ebi na Miami jai. Disappointed teacher na metiano. Disappointed teacher no nti offensive the Miami na nanu room nti no Joseph medasi baby Joseph Sunday no nti my uncle can what you also think about President Mahama decision now we taking say upon advisor CJ the man Chief Justice the man nya dia obema kwan am ye Charlotte Jemensa every honum. Now, I think Charlotte is very popular because me boy Jemensa DB and my boy Charlotte of course, these are very gallant, giant, tall, very prominent, respectful women or more assume Ghana, and we should not diminish their voices. We should not diminish their credibility whatsoever. You know, into President Mama so ye Jemensa, that's a very good one there. So ye Jemensa and Mauk maintain. I say good morning. If you are meaning who Scandinavian countries maybe and I say maybe Europe baby time difference in your morning or maybe California Or no say or chair good morning. Okay, thank you. Why? Richard will say if you are maybe live in Germany. Richard, thank you so much in Germany. So so link to come and express your opinion about a friend saying President Adiawaye. This is a very good move by the president to refuse say obey your friend saying Jemensa everyone. Now this is the official letter now. Your friend saying Wisdom see if you are live in Kumasi Santa, keep up updating us. Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you, Wisdom. Yeah, I'm a come for mommy. Why? Na me fie. I'm a come. Mabusi afo nyina egu am a come. Ti am a come de ba am a come. Methodist in chair hono ma hona. Yetwi yesoroku. Aha, am a come no no. Or say, Abrante was to message or day ba user KM or say, I don't trust President Mahama. He might turn around and remove Jemensa again because all eyes are on him at the moment. That is why maybe he's trying to keep her at the place. Eric Agabus or say over Germany no the Eric is on trusted President Mahama. One will be a free Jemensa so no affect you know. I'm also not doing the abandon. Very fair comment. Ebenezer say good evening, watching you live from New York City. Ebenezer, thank you, New York, for Mona the real Yankee fight. Hey, Mona Yankee no. New York no. America baby I can be a bedantem. New York and California no much so. Yeah, fine saying Ado Anthony also watching you live from United Kingdom. Brado, thank you so much. What also United Kingdom no him room. I'm gonna ya bro for ankasa no ha. Into also the message or the aba no so beti me send o the now so do the aba. Alexander dia Bafo or say Bafo oh Bafo them papa no. Or say president doesn't want to disgrace himself again. Bafo from Achim Agogo. I'll say president person will be disgracing no into na Jemensa de no when you know into when you na president is right say when you know Ken Dukes or see if you have a good job and away and Ken Midasi Baby say also oh share and I'll send you a message. We appreciate your time. It also bet me send you a message about link no bet me for link now so watch you view super so kasa I'll bet me kasa Jude also wa front by Jude so US attending number person me Jude voice on this is Obama mean kind Felix Kwacho for letter na or the buy no this is the letter no the buy no say following the receipt of the petition, this is Kwacho Fosu Nankasa letter. This is not the Ghana website. This is Kwacho Fosu letter. Say, following the receipt of 10 petitions from various individuals and groups for the removal of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and their deputies, and 3 petitions for the removal of special prosecutor, the President, John Dramani Mahama, in accordance with Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution and Section 15 of the Office of Special Prosecutor Act 2017, Act 959, referred same to His Lordship Justice Paul Bafoboni, Chief Justice, on 25th November 2025 to determine whether the petitions disclose a prima facie case. By the letter dated 26 January 2026, the Chief Justice informed the President, His Excellency President Dramani Mahama, that no prima facie case has been established by the petitions to warrant any further investigations for the removal of the Electoral Commissioner, deputies of the Electoral Deputy Commissioners, and the Special Prosecutor. This is signed by Felix Kwacho Fosu, 18 February 2026. Nti anopeya na Kwacho Fosu edi statement we edi aba say prima facie petitions no mo de ba ye ni nyina ye sebi eburu sem predu asankwase asem petitions. Nsehunu petitions, nonsensical petitions, bogus petitions, empty petitions, useless petitions. And no. I'm just using other words. The all coming in our Felix Kwacho Fosu letter ni nyina wo chro ye no. The person wa chira ne say nyanse bi any petitions nim. Nyanse bi enim. Enti omo mje petition bia entum. Enti good job. And I hear Felix Kwacho Fosu aye edi amaye no yakopon sha no pa. I just say I'm just so happy about the growth of democracy, the advancement of democracy. I think this is one of the occasions where Obitise Martin Amidu will be smiling in his house. Or let Abia Martin Amidu betro bi media ba. Martin Amidu will be laughing this time, say this is a good job. And I think that for the president, for the Chief Justice, I'm trying to look for a picture of the Chief Justice. Kudos. The Chief Justice has done a fantastic job. I mean, people like Professor Atanos, who is a professor of law. Baby, Professor Mills, Professor Mills will be saying, Nipewa, na yesu wa wudie. On kai bibia wa asase so banka Nipewa what baby. Enka Professor Mills will be clapping for President Mahama. Professor Mills will be clapping for EFS CJ. Professor Mills will be clapping for all these people. Which I say, I'm so happy for a woman like Jemensa, the kind of vilification this woman has faced, the kind of attacks Amami we facing. Just say oten huno say den yen no chinchina yen no special prosecutor ne near maybe one ma me ne nya. But I mean, this is an office that was established just a few years ago. This is just the second special prosecutor. No cry because Martin do free do many munti. And a special prosecutor they buy we buy and a juma we papa yen ko do baby am say you know. Na NDC for below IQ NDC members be adwumone. Pushi president mama kotu jem. Search engineer on you know. Debi. So President Mama de why any there? Why are they creating history? And I applaud him. So kudos and so Chief Justice why are there papa for doing the needful say sebi nimdeɛ bɛto nyansa na obi di sebi ehu sebi mpɛdu asankwasi asɛm also to me de nyansa ɛkyerɛ ne nyansa and CJ has done exactly that by showing them say there is no petition nyansa bi akora nim omo kra mo de petition no kyerɛ sɛ mo yɛ nipa papa mo de petition kwa mo ntumi mfa petition nyansa wo petition establish a prima facie case ma kofa nsɛmhunu petition sɛ kyenkyena yen yi mrantie ne maba wa o mabere citizens of Ghana o mabe o mko mayenim kisi eja ben ye wadwuma will give you all the ink that you need, all the vim that you need, which I say we applaud you ye wadwuma pa kisi eja ben do your job and ma obi ehunu nobody can come and intimidate you CJC ye wadwuma because nobody has been able to establish a proper prima facie case against you yase constitution na boy hina o na so nipa ti na adwuma na say even error bi kra ba enyo nipa no obey you there is the person who has the boldness to even work ono no ye error na why ye amogo ya mo abanye change no low me see far ben all those NDC people now who were pushing President Mama so onkoto jem no mpamo nkofo no na President Mama akyere mo nyansa no wakyere mo nyansa so no President Mama bole jata gonja de she papa. He will not allow himself to be misled by some of you. Mun need bigger picture of Ghana democracy intino. Mo sorry ya, mo so onko pamo onkofo. So kudos President Mama. Yakubo sha ye dase papa for this move. Yeah, why you know. This is a good one there. That oye bonene ye kan into ye papa na why ya ade na was nipa kamfo a. We the same people near baba be kamfo assembly too. I commend for a good job done. And this is a good job done. President Mama, why are there? And this is good. So I commend if you want to also commend the president and Patron if you send a message, I'll read it. Also send you be cancel president on trusted president, there whatever you want to say, send the bra. Now me read the message, and that this is the position that also can now for ehu. And see, this is a good one day. This is a good one day for Ghana, and Ghana democracy, Ghana growth. Any Ghana and Kwenim. I'm so happy about this news because me my hunu tempo. So I'm just so excited about the fact that first president to me yes Nkrumah any Ghana in painful ancestors. Much Ghana see they will all be happy. They will all be happy about this development. Yeah, but that's also not to say teachers for Nika because teachers also started demonstration. I also demand say your friends say yentua or more akanti betuaka yentuaka. What I say? Mami read a branch message. Ado Anthony or sister, this is a setup where mafia work and they will come back with a different petition. Now my baby James, I don't trust them. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. On no set a message. Say what has the president done, please? Patrol, read the message. You want to you want to the go back. Sampa or say a person. Beautiful, I'm enjoying your show. Big Apple for sure. Jemensa will be removed, no doubt. AKA on the also Jemensa will be removed, no doubt. Okay, on the message on the no. King Goro, or say, I'm watching you live inside Pretoria. Mr. President did a good job, but I know before election 2028, EC channel will be removed. Hey, so I plan I'm up on no. Said before 2028 election, Jemensa. I see you. Apparently, we to message your dear about goodlet. I would hear that. Goodlet. Pinti didn't be that goodlet. I could see goodlet. Or say if you have good job, goodlet. Yes, yeah, that's NSA. Ajimfra. Also watching you live from New Jersey. President Mama should pay the cocoa farmers their previous price. Okay. Also, they hear no say price na first na ye de ma koko akuafo na was from president mama nchiama omo Kingoro maka odie also Pretoria Kingoro, thank you so much. We say Sampa no say hello beautiful, I'm enjoying your show. Jemensa, okay, when no see Jemensa will be removed, no doubt. Mo adwin bi plan bi amafa so be Jemensa na 2028 elections ana. Okay, yeah. You better come with a proper petitioner. Nyansa will go with there. Petitioner mudi kan de call any day. CJC, nyansa bi enim. Set Abankwasi, please. What development is that? Mpacho president is say Jemensa on there, into Jemensa antina the baby. Now onye na juma. That is the development. That is the development. Was in Jemensa antina on onye juma. Set Abankwasi o person join. Set link in the da no. Into wait me join. As I made it to one of my move. I don't know why. Yes, okay. So I'm adding the link again so that you can see it if you want to comment. Ghana, chechire Ghana no for biao. Ye nyina ye Ghana no. Enye baako for Ghana. Into menye say empenifo nko ana ebekasa. Chairman, I think chairman has an emergency. Tina chairman network na into anye aduma no. So later on we'll connect to chairman. Bi ni any chairman akasa bi. Nti set Abankwa link na me at one. You can also join and share your views about Jemensa president no president Jemensa. On to us on onye na aduma. On to us on onye na aduma. There's no problem. Nobody is going to remove Jemensa. There will be no removal of Jemensa. It's just as simple as it is. Ohine Vim, keep it up. Ohine, me da si bebre why? Me da si bebre pa. Joseph Amofa. Joseph Vim, I'm watching you live from Philadelphia. How are you doing this evening? NDC JDM no must keep up the good job now. Oh yeah, for Ghana no. Da si bebre pa. Cho me so me ho ye. Also Philadelphia. Philadelphia so for no canon. So for no way you ne friend say kra. JY hanye JY do. So for back on le wen so for no. Philadelphia na ekro ni o. E ho na branch and send message if you know. Also Philadelphia. So Philadelphia. Okay. Okay, Jude Matthew say. Okay. 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 Okay, Jude, no. Okay, Jude, so I'll be joining later. You know, or your meeting. And the chairman, so back, King Goro say, Adam, King Goro, thank you so much. Or Bempa, that's also for message I was sending there. Amay, and we appreciate you and your time. Time out there, Amay now. Chairman, why ready, Anna? Good.
Am I ready?
Chairman, so here.
Oh, no, me, I don't know.
Meeting, Tino.
Yeah. I feel what you mean,
Emma, Mike, it's operating here. It shows says it's supposed to come, but I don't know. Maybe volume in a issue because I see.
Is it okay now?
Going up. It's working. Maybe I may do media no. Okay, I think if you have patch of apologies.
Oh, okay. I think
if you have. Is the chairman patch of here?
Oh, me pa. Na mo so no atiefo me chia bu bia ni ma pa mo here.
Yeah, Joso, yeah, that's pa. Wa feel heat ni bi atane o Ghana ba.
Ebe ni den kakra akwa.
Good job. Chama mami Musa, because mu nyina mu ye agents and stakeholders in Ghana democracy. What do you think about Jemensa Day? Chief Justice actual letter come President Mama say there has not been any proper prima facie case be to warrant any investigation into only Chief Justice and only Jemensa, only special prosecutor. So what do you think?
Okay, I think, sir, it's a good day for Ghana in terms of our procedural processes. I didn't think America, sir. One say, on mind be your rules and regulations, your constitution. What I say? Jane Mensah's I asked me by basically from me personal opinion, not even for the party. I felt the petition was bogus. What I say, looking at what we had heard, no. So for you to go through the processes, Chief Justice review and say yes, and it was bogus. President Mahama Mbunenyenguso, what I say, but follow the law, no, and to be able to exonerate them, no. I think it's a good day for Ghana's democracy, because in terms of how we are following the law. But what I want to say to this is say, hey, you will come here. I didn't think you find the same law. You need Chief Justice. You need Chief Justice. I say, do you know the rules of the former Chief Justice?
Okay.
What you say? So
Yeah.
do we have two standards? But other thing that you can review the same, we don't apply the same rules that they apply and then to the future you know. These are questions that we need to ask. What you saying? We go for COB because so and then then people are not really, you know, they cannot really appreciate the process. I hope the standard now as is here, and that standard will be what is going to use moving forward. That is what I'm hoping for. But that is what we need to do. But never be bra koso. Another one in show. Now see any I mean anything na court ni rule said Kokobot CEO and Diaby or the state resources I got filing on one claim for $20 million. Now say we a CEO now the state resources I got file quarter. Isn't this the height of corruption?
Abuse of office.
It's abuse of office, yes, exactly. It's abuse of office and it's corruption because you are filing for 20 million CDs that wouldn't go to Pogo, but it was coming to his personal claim. What I say on that one, CEO. So I want us to look at this in the holistic picture. Say,
because some of those
exactly. Exactly. So there's a lot of things that we need to do. Let's look at this in isolation. I hope said yes, in the term is good for our democracy, you know. But I also moving forward, we should go into that same tangent. And this way, I apply the law this way. The China apply the law this way. That is my only concern. But in the quantum of it, is a good thing. Sam because Mahama could have decided, so there's no prima facie case, but maybe I'm president. He didn't do that. So in that context, I think that was the right thing to do. But I said there's a lot of cases out there that we need to apply the same standard of measure to be able to make sure Ghana democracy need a increase. So that's what I have to say regarding that.
And you see that if you compare the two, there's a double standards be.
Exactly. Because as it stands now, there's a lot of double standards in the system that needs to be straightened out. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I get your point, but going forward, you know, in terms of the institutions, do you think there's also some kind of responsibility be on them? Say, for instance, special prosecutor EC, how are because it looks like Abontin the perception about their job, you know, kind of supported the call for petitions, no. So how do you think they should also maybe lessons that they can also take from this in going about more duties here? They are more for especially key institutions to say Office of Special Prosecutor and EC, no.
Afia, all these institutions, their rules and guidelines are a regulatory. Even Parliament can even call them. If Parliament feels my BBA atochema, right? So I wouldn't even put the onus on the institutions. But the onus is said, institution the person would have done the due diligence. Because just because I have a person, there's got nothing to do with your office. Also, that is where we need to guard against, making sure we are following the rule of law. And then they may say easy one, easy idea. If I'm not quite so I say easy is being playing favoritism with the law. Yes, we have every right to be able to question her. What I say, but let's make sure what we are questioning in terms of these state institutions now. Our basis is right. That is what I'm calling for. Because rules in the Bible or your standards of behavior of all these institutions. The law no am I who can inhibit my shame. Now we have a right of information bill. I will say the BB coach him, I'll wait me requesting. So all the rules are there, but it's on the onus is on us as citizens. Before we come for some of these petitions, now we make sure we do our due diligence. It's not just a tool for vengeance you use it against political opponents. That is what we need to guard against.
Yeah. I'm happy about that. Check comments or see. Okay, so Veronica, the Vim Lady, your program is on Mondays and Wednesdays after 6 p.m. Yes, program on Monday and Wednesdays. And Frank Kwabena Japan. Or see, young Busa chairman, man say chairman beko national for MPP USA. And we are coming back to that conversation. But see, no more hate for President Mahama anymore. Could be to the message or the abandon. Some power say Mahama's government is really weak in dealing with accountability, corruption, and security in the nation. Jemesa or no Jemesa, NDC already knows they will definitely win the 2028 elections. Okay. Eunice don't consider incoming USA chairman number 1. Oh, chairman fans maybe I word or how. Kwesi Opuni free also watching from Toronto, Canada. I like your editorial. Brakwesi, thank you so much. Why? Stephen Tufo, or say the base has come to stay. The movement of the moment. Almighty God now has revealed to me that Ghana is going to be one party state. This is Prophet Nana to for Philadelphia, but your prophet where they want when ye. San Kodabio na so die why. Ghana any one party state in any one party state it's prophet ye. Kona Kodabio. I say dan udi banku na de die am pacho ko di dia pese na so die panada we enye nyankopon na yi achiro Mr. Wa. Nana K say Vim, I'm watching you live from Watford, United Kingdom. I like your program, but tell me, do you do it every day, but every Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 Ghana time, which is like 8:30 UK time, right? We are for US and so East Coast and California and yeah, no for them. Europe so yeah, you 8:30 I think for them also. And yeah, that's the same when you so most send message my and a chairman can say double standard chairman or share on only views according to a political persuasion. So to be sure, what you don't always have to agree with chairman. What you say, huh? Kakraba bedi you say, hey chairman 1 year, 10 year. Chairman where ata?
Me one tap phone. I guess that's where it's coming from.
Oh, okay. Owunta. Chairman Owunta. Into munya ni chairman Owunta. Chairman fans so ma big as pa. Big Sammy say this is not verified information about Randy. Okay, I see the chairman kind it's not verified. But actually, this is verified. Is the court in ruling on Randy Abe defamation case against Abronian. This is what the court said. Said Randy Abe cannot use CocoBoard CEO to file his case because it's a public company. And this is a private suit. And this or they pursue this private suit against Abronya. He must get his own legal counsel, a privately obtained legal, retained legal counsel to do that. Cannot use CocoBoard. This is not, you can't say they're never verified. This is very, very much verified. This is what the judge said. Pacho, Big Sammy, do your checks. Why? How do you? Marco say, I support John Bodu any Ejaku to win a MPP for national executives no more ban. Nana Pia to say, Prophet, your dream is false. Ghana to me near one party say if you can to Kodabio Nasambra. Can you say if you have kudos to German? Wakase ye pa nyansa pana chairman ekana. There are double standards and one a chairman akano. Clemsy, or see if you are incoming USA chairman and any casano yesterday. Kakraba bedi say atani mpese nya ata wonta no wonta ono nya ata wonta ha kakraba say ono ye incoming USA chairman yati ase Marco see one party state the way also for patcho prophecy hunu sa de yempe ntim patcho koda na sambere bim. These are the messages that you have sent and then actually me mo pass I'll read your message as it comes. Ali Dauda Mega or see so we yeji NOT and Ali Dauda me chair yeji fo nyina me so me 18 mu pa ni yeji no yeji de minimum hunting me 18 mu no Ali Dauda no kakraba say yetie wo ne chairman to munko MPP issue no so yate Marco say one party state there for the way catch a prophet and say on ni prophecy papa bi amaye ya won koda na ya word wo hanum say ne kasa no chairman my answer to us ne from the national issues no yemra back to mo political party no na no Monday ye wa na Kennedy Japan crofo ni bi be catch say no apology no unity it before I remember wo chairmanship asem no this attempt at unity come who say ma fa na world cup pa say since amoko primary TV ya Dr. Bawumia wini ye mukoye mo Thanksgiving ni ade na even Kennedy Japan cry in his concession speech ka say ono ojitum say he accept the results munyina monye baako na mo push for 2028 na fe de te one man Ken supporters in bi so mo ye the base omo so mo ntia say omo say Ken enko te ne party first and foremost do you think that it is possible say mo be united and MPP is it possible?
Oh, if yeah, it's very possible. I want to say akwansie bia no unye wi akwansie definitely there's some the losing party and the winning party. Some people get hurt, some people rejoice. What I say, and I'm one be losing this no bia in the healing process. Maybe take it time. What I say, but it's up to both parties, especially the winning party, to be able to bring everybody on board. And I think, sir, the first thing that needed to be done was to have a credible elections. I said that is the first most important thing. So, elections, BC will be a Timmy, Macau, and the year you see me. It would have been very, very difficult for us to achieve the unity I have. But the re-elections, Obia, I say, no, and I say, Obia, the results not to say, Obia, so I think that was the very first step of my unity number. Yes, definitely. The losing party might be hurt. They might be hurt. What I say, but maybe we can achieve unity this time because our share posture of all the presidential aspirants. I'm not about because they came as the number one and number two. Omu posture is a cohesive posture. Some see young kind of humbum. I mean, who can say the base of my kind of social media. Yes, definitely there might be some aggrieved people out there, but I think even Ken himself is advocating for unity of the party. What you are saying for me, I think we are at a good place. One of the good things that we did as a party was say, yeah, elections in term, because we recognize that this was going to happen. We need a healing period to be able to bring the party together. And she said, yeah, we have almost about 2 or 3 years to be able to bring the party together. And I think that was a good thing. And with time, we'll bring everybody on board. Hey, elections are going to see and talk about and a party new better. And a dean, to me, I can see that there's a lot of positives from what we've done. And I would appeal to all those who are ahead, whether we Ken or Company Japan or Brian. Say, you're party. No? Yeah, Papa Dubois. Or see your elections, not see a as a party banner, your focus is to support the flag bearer. That is your sole responsibility. Okay, you're election. If you're going to toy, see a year for your ticket, Dr. Baumia, or seeing Naibe. And I think that Dr. Baumia on his own, he also reach out by his nature. He also reach out to the losing people to be able to bring everybody on board. But Dr. Baumia hold him say, "I'm not going to win the elections for Ghana. He needs the base. He needs Obia to come on board. So he would also work hard at that to be able to bring everybody on board." I'm very happy where we are right now. I understand there are some people that are still grieving. Yes, but it's up to the winning party to be able to reach out to them because Obia grieving at his own pace. Make us say, oh, you change no Obia is here because yes, our company are not really helping the healing process. Let people heal. Let people heal with comforting words. Let's preach words of unity. I think that with time we will see that the party is going to jail again.
So, all can say Dr. Baumiano on his own now so must reach out. Do you have any details approach via how he should reach out? Because now no Ken call for now they were also concerned say sometimes no some of the utterances from his camp now on be condemn no. And ma omunya adwin bi say ebia asa ebia o shanko fokutu pan but they want him to condemn so that so reach out a bema a looky genuine say and pass up a unity. Because the point you made is very important about when him say he cannot win alone on his own strength. He needs everybody on board. What we say now, say me who say Dr. Kennedy nominee Abiakochi about me, and I thought that was a positive thing.
Exactly.
To me, and Dr. Kennedy who is or try to take about to work, that can take 10 votes away. So
yes. And so that gives you a good sign that the party is coming back. You know, we are coming back together. So Dr. Baumia victory or winning, right? People are just focusing on just the percentages. But one of the things that I look at is the spread. Look at the number of regions that Ashanti region said, I think they're out of 47, or about 45. Look at the spread. It shows you that the party is coming back together, which is a very, very good sign. So now party, I think that slowly they are forgiving some of the sins of the party and realizing we have to come back as one if we want to win power. Into to what you said with Dr. Baumia as to having to reach out, he said he would do that. Your core elections, a lot of things came, a lot of things were said. Some of them were even said against Dr. Bamiana. Because on the sponsor one, a lot of things were said against Ken, a lot of things were said against Brian. But they say the most important thing is Macau, and I think that is the message that Dr. Bamiana is going to preach. But as I say, re-election, we need everybody to come on board, able to win this election. That is what we should start seeing for moving forward. Then maybe as far as I don't think that he's going to support that or condone anybody that's going to come out and say a friend is saying, oh, my way appointment, that all those things is past and gone. Now we are one MPP. We're going to move forward as one MPP.
I like saying a friend said Dr. Baumiana Katano should reach out and you are talking about it appears the party is healing. I want you to explain that further to me. Say, is it just based on the numbers? Spread now, what other things? Because the healing process is very important. Because that don't make argument to be proud. Maybe my auntie must say, maybe but that's just by the way. I was talking about if you look at the deficit na MPP for free banner, you have almost 2 million voters. Your own vote, your core vote. You need to regain that before you can add on to that. Before you get 50 plus 1. Constitutional requirement before you can win the presidency. And the OC healing, I'm very much interested in that. How are you working to get that deficit now? About 2 million votes now, and then additional vote that will give you additional vote, new voters, a of 50 plus 1%. How would you get that? especially that the NDC or maybe
Kasimbi. Okay, say I your voice right. What happened was decided that is what happened. And even if they preferred NDC, come back to NDC. But NDC. What I say? They just felt say near be as a party, uncle, money into your mama and they didn't also go vote because they are not NDC, are still MPP members. What them batch as a party, we have to see who near be uncle ye. Yet me record this man. Because oh shit, about me what they call recent win now. It shows you say he went down to the delegates and spoke to them concerning some of these issues. Because majority of them came out to vote. Because now some of the places are winning. You actually get a cry. Number you are winning last, this is 19 as of last election. This is already 33. It shows that he actually went down and heard what the concerns of the people were. And for me, that is positive. But I say, we can say just delegates there, but I think it's a good sample size for the nation. That's why we do statistics anyway. What I say, for me, I see there's a lot of positive. Yes, I do want to be brave or CIA. We still need to bring the party together. As you said, the healing process is very, very important. I said that we've gone through the very first step. And now I know say so one of the things that the party has done. I'm for Kwame party, the neck, any party executive abaso. So the guidelines about for all the elections from polling station all the way through external branches to the regional to the national.
Okay, this is comprehensive guidelines for
comprehensive guidelines
all the way to Abroche for the
Obia there. But one of the things a woman say, they focused on transparency, they focused on fairness. So first one said chairman BCO 2 makoto aba because and I'm polling agent. What's any at your aba na really. Oh, so any man in the Kufa and some baby by in a party in all these problems. Somebody comprehensive guideline, even time about 2 but I see even some of the forms about say, oh, will be the forms that I was any fee. What forms I register. You say, we can't download the forms online. But so they can see that the party is becoming very progressive in addressing some of the challenges that we have. And I'm very, very happy as to the direction in which we are going. Just say, you see some of your mistakes and we are rectifying it. And that is what our members want to see. Yes, there is still more that we need to do, but I think we are on the right path. And I really commend the party, especially with the in-person elections. Because in-person elections, it helps one with people there is transparency. That's why we have to share them out to my way. I said, my email in a way, there be also be any won't be. Now, I almost say in person and ballot. And once you remove all this opaqueness in their election processes, people get to buy in. Yeah. And that is what I really like about what the national executives have done. And I really tip my hat to them because also there's a lot of decisions that the national executives have been taking from the presidential elections. Never seen support it. But their focus has been on transparency. Coming say proxy say establishment to proxy. But the focus
to prime minister mama to proxy.
Also be to proxy, yes. But the reason of the Biden said they felt that there was a lot of issues that they need to be more work to be done before we can actually implement the proxy. So they focus more on transparency. What I say? And I mean, so pretty much, I would say they don't say justify, but at least it proves them that what their mission was. We've achieved it. Yes, moving forward, we can look at ways to which we can have proxy in a transparent manner. But the focus said they are trying to be transparent as a party because the party, the entire party in was all about trust issues. So we see MP Abomi Buga. Go forward against it's a problem. The party it's about trust. Until once we're able to eliminate that trust factor and make sure we are very, very open and very transparent. And I think so that is the first process towards healing the party. Yes, there are still some people out there that are going through this exercise, but I'm sure with time, and as I say, party would address all these issues. Don't forget to say we've also done some reforms. So you be a chairman, the chairman will be the leader of the party. There's a lot of things that we've done which are very positive for the party. So for me as an MPP member, I'm very excited in the times that we are in. I think we are putting on the right steps towards 2028.
A very good one. We'll be able to support because in America, say opposition will major role to play in democracy in Ghana. So opposition here weaker. or money to me, and that's why the strength, even Kakre, even in the Jemen Samoa Semi Ayeke, look at the role the opposition played, even in Ghana. You cannot talk about Ghana, a democracy, how far Ghana has come. How positive Ghana is looking. Any role opposition for Momo Kahuna Ghana, me we cannot afford to let opposition never slide it. And that's why sometimes I have more pressure. No? We are on your case because you said some more you're stronger, automatically, no, it will translate into a stronger democracy for Ghana. So, but my member chairman would you know so. Oh, is it confirmed? Said Sunday comments you are going for a USA chairmanship.
Yo, about I think so that was last December. And at our annual DC chapter, maybe bomb a month for money. I say yes. Now me, I do not see any be coin. They say actually be coin. I'm going to stand for the MPP USA chairmanship. Many people didn't come. Many family didn't come. Yes, so it's confirmed. Say now me, I do my yes. I'm going to vie for the MPP USA chairmanship. Yeah.
Okay. And no time then I move be nominations near the the process and then I no best started.
Oh, I think so. The timelines now, but I don't have it handy. But I think it's around June, July. Never took branch elections. We've gotten back to the bottom up approach. They started from the polling stations, constituency, regional, and I think the guidelines. General Secretary by, and I think any around July, August, and I said June, July,
okay.
and I bet so yes. But now that the process has been open for engagement, yeah.
Okay. But Chairman, there's a very important question, which is are there now person here, Chairman? Because I mean, I know that Obia back into the position or the a certain value and a day back. Else, I don't know what's a change. And I know the current chairperson or Uncle Biobaya. I think Uncle
Yes. Yes. That's correct. Actually, you knew the best time. So far, I believe, say, I think but we are openly declared, so I don't want to speculate.
But let me first time who openly you are declaring, maybe.
Oh, I had second place. I think there was another show, Felix Biwo. There's a Felix show, or Canada. This is after the Christmas party of and we went on. So this will be the second place, but that we are declaring. Okay. But what I want to say is, why do I want to stand for the MPP USA chairperson? About now, we are in a certain times of the party, especially when the party is in opposition, right? And you recognize the demographics of the party. So what do we need now as a party moving forward? MPP USA. Every time MPP government, MPP USA plays a critical role in that process. Over 1992, it started from MPP USA, Chicago, Washington, D.C., New Jersey.
Party. They started the US.
I mean, the party itself, 1990, we are getting back to constitutional in Ghana. The time,
I see.
It was from New York, Chicago, and demonstration. Demonstration against Jerry. What you say? Then you can foresee your money, but majority of them started from Chicago, DC, New Jersey. What you say? New York. That is where the struggle began.
Before 1992. Oh, I see.
What I say? And Jerry decided himself it won't be a man pressure. What I say? MPP USA played a critical role. What I say? Moving forward. I can even talk about Jonah Dekunkufu also coming to power. Nanado, we played a very critical role as well in getting Nanado into power. But we've gone back into opposition again, right? So it takes MPP USA, we have to be able to take that leadership role to be able to bring the party back into power. But right now, there's another thing that we have to look at. Look at the demographics of Ghana's election right now. Once there's a lot of youth that become they are the wider margin. But in selecting your leadership, that means you have a very good blend of a candidate that not only resonates with the youth, also has structure going forward, and also, but most important, also has the history of being able to do it. What I say, one of the reasons in Tia, stand for this election is say, then I make a sal. But by the time I'm as Washington DC chair, over the last 2 cycles, there was a lot of intokwa in the DC elections. As now, go for the chapter and Krebegu. The chapter you documentary, people were going to collapse because of the infight and maybe Brana Koso. But I assured them, say, within 4 years, we are going to make the DC chapter the pinnacle, the flagship chapter at the branch. And DC chapter na could do. Into when I go for her, say, oh, with the idea where with my idea, you can replicate that at the branch. Aside your own personal skills, education, resource, those things going there. But there's something they've seen, a value that they've seen in me, and people say, oh, it's up to shower. You can take us to the next gen because we need to win power. And winning power is going to take a lot of things. It's not just going to take resources. It's going to take knowledge. It's going to take somebody that can resonate with the youth, somebody that has time to be able to face the challenges that we have.
Yeah.
Say, okay, so when you take a decision, you Ghana. That's also you should be able to be on the move. If they put all these things together in the summit, and they feel say at this time, Janice is the best person to be able to move, because when you put all these things, these buckets out together, he's the one that can fill all these buckets. He doesn't fall short in any of these, and most importantly, he's done it before. But I say, why there's not as if say after never work and be that. Said you're about opposition this year, last year co-opposition. Your picnic was the most attended out of all the branch. Yeah, end of year party. Go free all the other states by. I didn't hear.
I
Tell me your co-opposition. No, if you're gonna buy, and tell me, be bro.
I think those send them flyers. No? Yeah.
Party your co-opposition, right? One of the things are go for Bembebu. Into bad I'm CEO. Said your co-opposition go for Bembebu. Let's start a community initiative. Young come into the Ocean DC Metro. Then you want to say yes, I say yeah, from to. But then I'm only young car. Then I feel yeah. At least bet me assign. Like I said, I'm going to my. But I'm going to change phone so. Next time you buy it, you quite mistakes. But Baba people said, any program be, and we have almost the whole DC coming to our program because how many story. These are some of the initiatives that
strategy will be Ghana executives in adopting, because I think that's a very positive thing to ask people. Say, "Mama, a feedback." Then a mistake. Then
exactly. Yes, so those are some of the things that people have seen. I'm actually this chapter now grows so much, so people have seen say, oh, if you have these ideas there, then bring it on a national level and grow MPP USA. So those are some of the things that I think that we are going to do. And I have a lot of ideas that in time, and I will share with the members, as to what we can do to also grow MPP USA.
Okay. And one single like one number one, the person Jude, because Jude so not MPP chairman or MC Texas, and also so I die. And me did you the bem near coach
my trainer baba did
what is the number one thing I'll better say your chairmanship you bring to the table?
Yes, so about the number one thing that I want to do, what can MPP USA, right? It starts with the chapters. The chapters make up the branch. MPP USA it starts with the chapters. DC, Chicago, Washington, Massachusetts. Chapters in my branch, pager. So how do you build the chapters? One of the things I'm only chapter members before we feel say, oh, you try dues, yes, but what benefit do we get? Even as members. What I say? So we have to be able to solve that problem. And I think I have a solution to that. One of the things I'm about person me and say, your dues now chapter be a Tuyama branch, because most of the time, say about DC, you $100 to the branch as a branch chapter dues, a branch dues, and chapter $120, right? It's your dues.
$120 I was maybe saying.
No, a year. So okay. Yeah, 100 year the whole year, and up 120 year the whole year. Okay. I said, but what I want to do is say, dues not chapters need Tuyama branch, a percentage will be given back to the chapters. Of that dues branch. And the reason why I want to do that is say, chapters no focus on initiatives to draw members to the chapters. USA, there's a lot of schools make no more a lot of talent. I'm from a best school. So maybe tapping him at that point, one is going to build a chapter, but it's also going to be a resource for the party.
Okay.
But the chapters will need funds. What I say, what I want to do is I want to bring a percentage of that funds at the branch, to come and build the chapters. I said they can do their own initiatives. Chapter do help Zoom education, can some of the money to do that. I said once you start building the chapters, that's what we're going to inherently build the branch. So that is one key initiative that I want to do for the chapter. Says Canada chapters need to a part is coming back to build the chapters. And the reason I'm doing it as a percentage in said, so Bodo chapter one said we chapters 20 now mutual to the branch, they're getting 20% of that money back based on your numbers. Into the more that you grow your chapters, the more money that you're getting back. And so chapters now go for some of these social interventions. Into the chapter members, they are getting a direct benefit from the money that they are paying. That is one key I did call Madam Chair, by I am the power which I'm going to also going to build on. So say your MPP USA Connect, it's a database, right, of the whole MPP USA. As our database, no, you can expand it to have a lot of information in there. Say, Juma Bia, we so we engineer, we nurse, I'm going to about 3 or 4 years ago, I think 3 or 4 years ago, MPP USA youth wing. And that Danny entry, program in New York, the youth wing. Program in New York. Number 7 that's nothing. But I wanted to go to that program. Into me call and I'm afraid MPP USA Women's Organizer. But my program, you know, how many but because now adults only program, but I was making the whole family to New York. No, I catch him so chairman. The Miami Po be a bro, no what man waiting for program. No, I didn't make us if you have a database of MPP USA connector. That's me parents me program I could show I'm call Vim Lady issue or MPP ni. I'll use Vim Lady. And I said, be a business view Ghana. So you are keeping the resources within the group. These are things that motivate members within the group.
Contacts
and contacts, we can use that to build the members. Also, the whole idea is making sure the members are getting a benefit from MPP USA. Yes, I said this during the political debate about philosophy, about believing about the party. We also have to understand it's a human institution. What I say, my main focus, my main goal will be building the chapters back, making sure the members have value. And once you do that, you end up building the branch. And there are the other initiatives that you have also you put in place to help the party moving forward, which is out there for the party in Ghana, also the party in the US. But I think the core focus now the one thing will be able to make sure that we are building the chapters back to be able to make sure the chapters are strong again. And once the chapter becomes strong, automatically PUSA is going to be strong.
I mean, I like maybe I now come about youth, because NDC also has a visa targeting the youth. I think one of the things that over Ghana, political parties in the NDC MPP now, they have a system where say TESCON, anything.
Yes.
It is more of like harvesting the youth intellectuals, youth, hard-working youth, and bringing them to mainstream. I don't see that no baby in Abroche. So I think so. It's a well-structured, for instance, local campuses now. For instance, Legon, TESCON, Oko Tech, it is very strong. So although some of the things are not to be used politics wrongly, but at least there's a system that is good. But I don't see that so much in the Abroche.
Yes, and that's it. That is what I'm saying. So that's why I want to have this initiative so we can start the visitations, then maybe we can build some of the TESCONs. As a matter of fact, I'm a patron with the MPP USA Youth Wing. And that's okay. That was one of the reasons why, because Oko Ghana, I'm one of the most popular diaspora executives among the youth. I'm a cultural. But as in, so we have, and because of that, I had a passion for the youth. Into you almost started to say the youth wing. Now I just wanted to become a patron to that. And one of the things that we did was we formed a TESCON, the very first TESCON in the United States, Memphis State University. So they have a TESCON group there. But that is just one. Because we need to reciprocate that amongst all the so far, that has been inaugurated, which is Memphis. What I say, but it's a place. I don't think NDC. I'm even branch in the TDC now. No matter about TESCON, and NDC has them there. They learn from us. But what I'm trying to say is, over this year, right? Your Howard, we have all these. We have George Mason. We have all these institutions that we can tap into, but it's going to take resources. So let's use some of the resources that we have at the branch to equip the chapters. So chapters in this card, then they can go on new visitations. But in this case, bro, what students? Come say milk saying. Oh, Ghana farm with the Mundi say that it goes a long way. I think
it goes a long way.
It goes a long way.
Graduation week.
Graduation. Oh, these are things that exactly.
At least the person doesn't feel left out.
They don't feel left out. Oh yeah, maybe on now, but that's oh, that is how we build our membership back. And don't forget, said some of these messages. I'm gonna say this Ghana. Oh, me ba boche ko am before na me watching ombrem kushaka na me ye na me bi ati Ghana. Oh, so me ba boche and one. So there's a lot of things that we can do to be able to equip the membership. To me, they are my core focus will be building the chapters back, to make sure that they come up to speed, and that's going to propel the branch.
I think that good vision, and they're very good vision, especially they all come about campuses near them, because me who She especially for the colleges. No, I don't see that. Jude, my musa on your my Jude, Obra say Obaba back, Obako.
Stacy, I mean, I don't know what here for. Nabencha, menu opinion.
Meeting, you have to run.
Yeah, and to make Chakramesa, again, as I say, a Jack Kakra, it will be mine. So, say, I'm a menu tomorrow, Fibio. I'm a member office. It's your office. Not why restricted. That as an answer, me to key, not a mayor more part time, and not mayor back office stuff. They say them about office. It will be free call to grab by NJ. And yeah, you see, message Janice is here. Yes, Kakra,
I appreciate that. Yeah.
No problem, but John Bese because say, me mammy or buy ya and Kodia, be ma, me supporting in our mini opinion, Janice. Many on several occasions. It almost as a party, maybe night, but who's there about but or your Obia or Sha or party no hodo. Because the last time I'm in any share was shown us before primary team, yeah, I think I'm a trick, you know. Now, support to candidate back home. Wouldn't say, or yeah, Obia, or you're very, very neutral. Party no home and Kosovo and Huhiano. One during this whole campaign, 10 be a metiso, Castle baby, and unity in Kabum said a party one good. Afabako and also one antagonize Afabako. A idea many edge on her into the Obaya and could be the Enkewi Kamedasuya chairman can be voting in Buffalo, Mr. Janice. I wish him all the best. I hope to say party for US in Abu said these are the kind of people that they need to lead the party because they don't see kind of so on composing only the party and Tokwane and Yamaniamano sote. Me mami obaya eba beteki over no wateki MPPUSA to a different level. Why yes, Jumapa and so free wa. I was say yeah party ne dema obia on also bit mababa twane Juma wa and so. Ne yankofo obia oba na Juma obaya be yina and wasa at MPPUSA image so. Inti eno na mpeza meke party for mutie nyina obuze ye na outside party people no dey about MPP ni dey you bia dia MPP ni nyina ya dia exactly but like I always say my boss any lunch but me for kwa we so nchia my boss my political father lunch but my political grandfather Yewura Akufo say no amuhu ya Yewura lunch but ko Yewura Akufo fie ne could deal come into a or feel say Yewura Akufo Yewura Alan and Tem Enyano and now more their course of Akufo on any relationship. And they were there Oba Nekosra and Papa. So or Okosra and Papa. Cover course with it. This may be out the hosted banner. Hosted oh, let's say the chairman can hire quite a corner to be real.
Dude, I was talking about meeting it. President, Office of the President, the letter but say CJ actual letter by President said there's no prima facie case against there's no prima facie for them to warrant you get it.
Yeah, just like the numbers of mechanics said, this shows to say Emrano Yejuma Ghana. Because okay, will show you so Chief Justice and send some by I kept telling people that the president is just following the instructs of the Constitution. I same way by sending call for if you say, oh, you be Chief Justice a free horse the bay president no and MBC for be on be easy so every home. But I don't think that is what is happening. Because yes, NDC party for be making statements and is almost Pamo East because East in here Kufado is me. I don't believe that is how these things work. The Electoral Commission is an independent body. Mamena said President Kufado now appointed no John Mahama appointed or by and why in the Juma said it was here. And I don't know the contents of some of the allegations thereby. But when the allegations came, the president followed the constitutional processes to set the follow our chief justice case name. And in the other case of the chief justice, president and also with advice or consultation of Council of State establish a prima facie case. But in this instance, no, the president the allegations and other documents and no and establish a prima facie case and in consultation with the Council of State. This one they also forwarded documents the sitting chief justice. The president John Mahama followed the instructions of the constitution. He did that or send the documents chief justice so and then call for now who say allegations now and call for the bar against Isina and merit say was he taking any further action into what the also recommendation president and no president the letter about says that there is no prima facie case. Into more no say the whole process against the chief justice was just a step to get rid of the issue. Like I said here before, it ought to be a money ejuma or see a makwine emma emrano ejuma. And more no say ebia or more person mofa kwine be so easy free honor. If that was the case, that is what would have happened. And maybe most
Jude and in some of them have sent messages saying where is because of the outcry. They know even Chairman Cracker said double standards, because why is it that the same standard you a year first EC petitions apply the same standard to Justice Tokono, and then even Chairman proceeds further to say for instance say Justice Tokono issue say we use resources here the man and then the back up tripper Dr. Randy Abe use cocoa board resources at the filing a private case against Abronye, but Obianya Chairman is saying there's double standards.
Dr. Randy Abe is not the head of an institutional body.
He's the
head of the Cocoa Board, but Cocoa Board is just a political appointment. The head of Cocoa Board is a political appointment. It is not an independent, established constitutional body. Into the processes that will have to be followed to get rid of Randy Abe and say President actually say May you ready. When it comes to independent constitutional bodies, you cannot just say that I would disagree with Chairman Kakra said the same processes that were followed, or the processes are not the same. For the Chief Justice, the processes are listed in the Constitution exactly what needs to be done. And President Mahama it did so. When it comes to the issues, so processes near listed, the EC's process and the Chief Justice's process are not the same. Similar, but not the same.
Yes.
And there was pay attention to the fact that the question was saying that and near my constitution, I cast also president additional, and I said quite also or faso. The no fasa quite so now this is the result that has come out. Then so be it. He has followed the instructions of the constitution like he's supposed to. Or more can say away as and you need the political talk. But they can't say politics, they are political talk. We can always talk politics. But like I always say, there ought to be a young give these bodies, and I said these people, like the Chief Justice now, so some benefit of the he said a juma or my a bravo my do something so it's very you say
there's no there was a prima facie issue against it. That's your point.
And they established so that the prima facie case was established. The prima facie case needed to be established for the case to move ahead. Or more Council of State for near you or more advisors to the president or more come to that decision. These are not young crankra in society. And as I say, it's going to be a cat and near be near you, and I say we are demeaning them. And I say they are easily swayed, and I saw we are more independent mind. And then I'm say I will say careful the way we make comments around these things. Political talk in it. Oh, it's my political talk. But to the extent to which we take the political talk, we have to make sure that obi to say Justice Bafo Boni say asama kotonenim wo hwɛ the years why a juma with the judicial system if the case was meritorious and I say it deserves and prima facie case should be established because of the outcry of no. Let us be very, very careful the way we approach these things. The Constitution, I was saying, our weaknesses. Say, as of mine, the Constitutional Review Committee, the recommendations of the Constitution, I am for it 100%. But as it stands now, this is our Constitution. It is a sembiba. I will say follow some instruments of the Constitution. That's more in charge. If they follow the instruments of the Constitution and it's a result be out. Yen toya boas na yen jai political talk no bibribe and let's just give them a benefit of the doubt. Yen respect it or more pedigree and baby or my baby drew kakra. And just like I said in the Chief Justice's case, ebia yes. Me, my opinion. So okay, yeah, sure. No. I thought say ebia Justice Tokunu Nanka who here cross allegations by near in ebia and Kausenka and for cry deba. But say deba Nasa is meritorious and it falls it follows the instructions of the Constitution. Would think say oh ebia na ne ban or the two crying near ye nanka yede. Nanka yede or a ball mine.
Okay.
Jaimaninka, and when you come to the US, you'll be surprised. Say, and they say, make court, the company credit card out which year or court, say $12 crana would be Mr. Janice. Oh, yeah, the 15. Allah say, yeah, and no cross. Yeah, just say, be you a dikeko, it will prosecute you. So, never I think, you'll see a building society, institutions, and work here. Yenjai and nanka I had the baby kitty say and now those kind of things and that is the comment that I wanted to comment on the
how about those who say Chairman Pacho, you wanted to say
no, I'm just going to say something really quick, sir. Jude made a very important point, sir. There are lapses in the Constitution.
Exactly.
So the biggest Jude can so share between what is happening with the Chief Justice and for instance, the EC is that in one instance the president had a prerogative of deciding a prima facie case. What you say? So that leaves it to the whims of the presidency.
Yes.
And to me, in that case, no, I look up more for what is right. It's much because of a philosophical because then I'll do what I want. But that doesn't necessarily make sure it might be in accordance with the law, but that doesn't necessarily make sure it's right.
Last time on the show, when it comes to such a body like the Supreme Court Justice, me feel it shouldn't even be the president who establishes a prima facie case. I will say
exactly.
The Parliament, you need say be a 2/3, and that's 75% of a certain body, and I say a population of some judicial, like he's saying, it be such a serious or a position.
I think the U.S. Supreme Court procedure, no prior example. So this is not a walk in the park, and we should not make it easy for any leader to remove a ISA.
Because over US, it has to go to Congress. When it goes to Congress, it has to meet a certain mark and a threshold, and a Senate, so it has to meet a certain threshold before a committee is even established to sit on it. So it's not an easy, but like Mr. Janice this is the Constitution that we have, and as it is now, Nadia. My question is, did the president follow the instructions of the Constitution? Yes. To answer that question, no,
because we know, sir, we have lapses in the Constitution, or the Constitution gives some of these caveats, no, then what the public would want to see is how is the president using that same instrument in other instances? Instead of the case of Randy Abbey, no. But as the president also has the same as the president, he has the right to be able to dismiss Randy Abbey. He has that right.
And no prerogative.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it's just like
dude, I think Janice they can't in
point,
terms of say good. The president should show good faith.
The president has the same prerogative as establishing a prima facie.
The good faith, would say that any
in both instances, no. I'm just 2 minutes. In both instances, no.
Dude,
I'm just 2 minutes. I'll just land. In both instances, no. It's at the what's the name? What I'm saying is in both instances, no, it's at the decision of the presidency. Whether it's establishing a prima facie case or he's firing because
Baku constitution
a decision is not at the presidency.
No constitution a dictating man. Randy the Dr. Randy Abbey then they on no anchor nepe. And the who say be around the Dr. Randy Abbey I be a wrong no. Ebia no John Mahama hunesa. And in this case, the Constitution does not instruct him on how to appoint a cocoa board director or not. And then the prerogatives. And then John Mahama now a person or then the bad boy, and the cocoa board chairman, and nothing stops him.
We are saying the same thing. The time I say the Oka's constitution decided the constitution encloses him with that power to make that prima facie decision. So ultimately, he's the one making that decision. The same as all the same decision. So ultimately, he's the one making that decision. Into the point I'm trying to make is, if you know that there's lapses, but you want goodwill from the nation, then show say you have been very fair in all these instances. Because in both cases, one is you are making that decision. Let me hold it. The president to say, hey, what I say, what you've done. I'm saying, and then yes, but but we have instances that let's use that same judgment. Then he goes, oh, President Mama said he was a but said Randia, this state resources in the case. Oh, that would and the cocoa for hey, so he got come and I some now. But the Randiabe. 1 month we did over a crowd 8 years old of haircut as a 6 years. When they were 1 year, one month of waking our haircut.
Yeah, and you better be prayer because these political things, okay, what kind of what's up about the
exactly
down that list now. And because anyway, so you say,
the right. That's the point I'm trying to. Let's forget that. The president should show say, idea and we're going to follow that same trajectory moving. For me, that is my whole point. But let's follow that same trajectory.
You have to bear in mind that some things are constitutional dictates, some things are the president's own prerogative. You have to understand between those.
Because so when you are drunk, I back door, I say back. You need everybody to be able to wrestle from the NDC.
Well, because I haven't said that from.
Aye, you have that.
Feeling you feeling the power because the last time I Lady B said you this so see here me what do all the right.
Oh yeah, anytime in here. As it's one part.
Judo also US lawyer. If you call to kind of meeting as in a market trainer, and me furniture Janoma or thank you, teacher man. Any final thoughts on I say when I more movie.
Yeah, I feel like I say, oh, send a mini Jude. We might come from different positions.
By the way, be sending message or J MPP card. I don't know where the person in the message.
Oh, so my own state, I'll be able to the number 2. I'm making a container state or my direction.
Okay, Pacho, I think message no cost in Pacho. Send a message in Biona Chairman per se. So be private message me number. Me the my chairman our friend. Why? What do private message? You won't say baby, I have a private chat. What they send me? Now me the my chairman also be friend. Why?
If I can say so, we say we need you because we come from different points of view, but it's cordial. That is what politics is. Politics just say would be a kind of any peculiar dream. Share dream, but any did the attempt and yen to what I say. Judo say is a younger madam. We can give it aside politics, my name will be and that is how it needs to be. let's move on from say obi no nya adwen. Me always say NPPO, NDCO, PNC is all about philosophies. You never say Ghana ye, but quite before say Ghana ye differ. Yeah, NPPO they believe say we have property owning democracy. What I said, yeah, that's what we believe in. That is say quite yeah, but say Ghana ye. And this is social interventions. Number even don't you can social interventions. So say party history. We do social interventions when free maternal. But the point I'm trying to make is joining the political party is not wrong. Because we all have a civic responsibility to even go and vote. Uncle would tell what I say, but me and to what I say, so you have a different opinion on certain things, but you're not fighting. And that is how it needs to be. I think, sir, that is how it needs to be. On the last year, whatever me can say, and I am about to show you, so in a tree. So I want to use this opportunity to also first, thank my chapter executives, chapter members. Some of them who can say, because I know a lot of people not complaining that anything that we just now. I told them, DC. Regardless, I'm still a DC member. Me to DC, I didn't make a breakdown of the DC chapter. Who call branch and just wait our chapter. We are still there. And even in penny for some who may appreciate me crying, I should go for the. I really thank everybody, me, immediate family, my external family, and all the MPUSA members, our various chapter chairs. I think, sir, even the fact said they have been a commitment for you to go and stand in crash anymore. It's not even about winning. But say go for beyond the deal, almost say the crap, but never took Frank Amaye. Whether you win or not, it's quite a different issue. I think so that is very encouraging, and I'm really pleased. Those in Ghana, I know in Ghana, the youth need a baby. The Ibrahims, the Unisoma is very encouraging. But I see, and then I think so that is what we need. If we have this zeal and this momentum, I think the NDP is going to come back to power in 2028. I strongly believe in the mission of Dr. Baumia.
Which is a meeting about power 2028, no?
If you understand, the echo, yeah. The and then so go producing areas, not to buy this winning.
Well, because of cocoa price in there, I try numbers ever tank kakra.
They will lose. Yeah. They will lose. And so it's coming. So like I mean, a few years, you can say these things are coming. Because 1 year they have a lot of goodwill. But more 3 years, that is when we'll see their true colors. Let me catch you. Election that last year, about 6 months, 1 year, definitely the NDP is going to lose. But 2 years down, 3 years, and 4 years down, when you're getting to elections, people are going to be able to compare and contrast NDC and MPP, their policies and what they've achieved. So I'm very, very confident that we are coming back to power.
Okay, 2028, there you are confident and more back to power.
Oh, I'm very, very confident.
We'll see how that plays out. Chairman, I'm not surprised. That's baby. Chairman Janice Asaribedi Akon, AMPP chairman. Now, Unity already or Pewasem, and also I'm also she loves her party. But I think Unity are sending message. But say, Oboa Tescom, University of Ghana, so I support now, Chairman. What the board test for no University of Ghana. Let me bring you up whilst I read you. I say, engineer Asaribedi Akon has been exceptionally supportive of TESCON at the University of Ghana and beyond. His dedication to mentoring and empowering the young leaders has left a lasting impact on many of us, strengthening the students' front and inspiring confidence in the next generation. His remarkable work, both in Washington, D.C. and in Ghana, clearly reflects his unwavering commitment to selfless service, visionary leadership. Despite the geographical distance, America and Ghana, he has remained actively involved in supporting the youth development, guiding aspiring leaders, and contributing meaningfully to the growth of the party and future leaders. His consistency and passion and ability to uplift others truly demonstrates his qualities as a transformational leader. Engineer Asaribedi Akon continues to set an example of what committed, purposeful, and impactful leadership looks like. And see, I'm saying, University of Ghana, I appreciate it.
I think so. On test confirm. Because share or I'm sure that I met. So, but that's something that we need to do as a party because we lost for the first time in our elections. You lose on all campuses.
I haven't looked at that. We lose on all campuses. University of Ghana Tech.
University of Ghana. Let's see that Accra. But we lose all the systems. Constitution in Accra. But so I near the campus police station. They're winning.
The MPP, you are in trouble. You are in trouble, Chairman. You lost on all campuses.
That's what I'm saying. And it was unprecedented.
Campus used to be the stronghold of MPP power.
And I make say, get a credit. You say, "You lose your baby." A campus dear. You see about winning. What I say, but there's a lot of things that we did wrong, and I'm glad say now we are correcting our mistakes, and I can see that because test confirming be shy both former and current executive. And also the passion number one, I can see that we are getting back. And for me, that is the most exciting thing that I have said. We are coming back to our roots, and I think so that is what is going to propel us towards 2028.
No, but Chairman, I will lose you on all campuses. The NMP for here deliverance. This is crazy. Because I think in the history of me covering elections, me won't someone lose you on campuses that. Especially the University of Ghana.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly. But there's always a first time. But the good thing is, I mean, tell Muhammad Lucy.
Investigating what resulted in MPP losing on all campuses.
Oh yes,
when it calls for some when you sample, you have to go and do a questionnaire. What happened? Because mellow factor no. But if on all campuses, Chairman here deliverance.
We've done our homework, and I say we've seen where we went wrong. MPP as a party, no, uncle, you know. Until I tell them to already a party, elections in term, constitutional reforms. And I mean, say the guidelines are so transparent because you know when you now played in some of these things. What I say, even losing academia, there was a lot of things that went wrong. But the good thing is, we've gone down. And you say just okay reporting one year. We did about 4 or 5 different surveys. And look at one thing. People are not focused on the okay report. No, we did more than we've done. So some of these things we've gone to the bottom, the root cause of some of these issues, and we are tackling them. And me being, a leader in the party, I can tell you, sir, we're on the right track. And you see, sir, we can overhaul this. And they don't get me how many say John Mohammed Lucy, but we're 1 million votes to Akufo-Addo. I don't know. They are unprecedented. And Kasana say, oh, then it's more power that. But why did they come back to power? They did their homework, and then Ghanaians given the money again. So that's what we need to do. Do our homework, correct our excesses, and I think we are going to be good.
Okay. I think very interesting. I'm wishing you well too. I mean, because
thank you.
And this your MPP party, the unya omo in before intellectuals, visionary people, committed, very passionate people. It changing the face of politics. And I had TV so no. I can remember how politics looked like back in the day because there were a bunch of intellectuals. I know my being not omaba politics. No my politics here de. Me papa be frey nkola ko be frey be tina TV ho be hwe nanado be hwe JH Mensa omo camera photo bi to be part of that kind of history I think a shame in crying to see anybody who is an intellectual, somebody who displays knowledge and wisdom, say, or be a part of the system, not a boy shape. Because it doesn't matter which party in power. Magana, chairman.
You miss me that. Thank you.
I'm grateful to you for your time. And the engineer, chairman, engineer. I think one day we have to do a profile of chairman. Chairman, engineer. Only say chairman. Chairman, then Ghana for him. I'll see a boy about so chairman way. The entire America, DC Trump, DC baby a Trump tiano. Trump with DC Metro no. On no plan our chairman. I think people don't know that about you.
Okay,
DC Trump Timuno. US Congress for US Parliament for any impedifo could domestica for the seat of America by one. Chairman, we are not Ghana need this your dimako no yet plan.
One minute, maybe let me take just 1 minute. So basically, aside, most people know me as yes, I'm a geotechnical engineer. I have an engineering company in the US, Global Geotechnical Consultants. We pride ourselves, say within the DMV Metro, we are the best wholly Ghanaian-owned company. We do a lot of projects.
The only Ghanaian-owned company.
Like the top company model of Ghanaian employees. Yes, it's Global Geotechnical, and that's something that I pride myself in. Say even through COVID, so far we have about 40 people. Yeah, engineers
40
and
people.
Yeah.
Hey, chairman, we a guy. Ghana need power. What you mean? Be company or America? 40 people. We're in the African market now. This is an engineering firm, right?
Yeah. So we do engineering designs, bridge designs, geotech, like everything geotech. Yeah, we do. We have our own established lab. And Nancy Akamika, I say professor from KNUST. By we do a lot of. That is one thing that I do.
When design a bridge, when I'm designing bridges, no.
Yes, what happens? Someone said, like let's say said I-95 near. What we do is we do the geotech, the foundation part. So we do most of the foundation designs. We do most of the construction quality control and testing. Yes, because we got design, it takes a lot of your highway for your geotech for in able together as a team to do the designs. Into most of all these, I'm for the Douglas Tunnel. On for the Douglas Tunnel, we are the test and inspection firm. We make sure that the quality control of the project is going on. So we've worked on almost all these high quality
tunnel, the all Maryland, quality control.
Quality control on that, yeah. So that's we are doing that as well. We've done almost all the major projects in DC. Yeah, I-95, yeah, 66, yeah, 495. So basically, then I'm just saying.
I-95. Hey, Chairman, I was saying one-on-one. I was saying power office there one-on-one video interview.
But that. Yeah, we're part of I-95. We're part of 495. We're part of 66. And currently we are on the for the Douglas Tunnel. At least will be opportunities at my end, you know, and we are a whole name in terms of engineering there. We talk about global, we are one of the, you know, the biggest engineering firms out here.
As Ghana only company to me with DC because but like for a Ghanaian to survive and have a company that works with federal government, that's the and your state level or federal government level now like how does a Ghanaian survive or succeed and flourish in that environment?
First you have to identify the opportunity. That's one thing I always do. In Ghana, you will be a free zone. See, Uba Krumha, more be a small swamp owned, small women and minority owned. You have the DB, which is diversity. Can't remember the full name of the DB, but basically, you have set aside for blacks and women near. Come say we are disadvantaged in the society. So I used to work for a lot of engineering firm. I rose up to the principal level, but I realized there was an opportunity for minorities to send me. You know, but the challenge was right? I didn't know which I don't really know the prospects you're getting into. But the honor sometimes it takes passion, it takes dedication, and it takes also the grace of God. So because it's not easy. You're going to compete. You're going to compete with a lot of people out there. But in Chad, we went out there as our own company. We started. We built some projects, and when we did one or two, we say, "Oh, we have the knowledge, you have the skill. We're able to deliver the job." And once you deliver one or two, then people start coming to you. Have maybe not for ask you, who pay year, global. Because say, be your friend, let's be your friend. Not slope or parking the cars. One of friends so they see me, when I said go with a lot of companies on commit me aboa. Also, say Juma waiting. What's Ejuma is so strange. When I bet me, I said a problem. We should come to you for all of these difficult jobs. And I was like, yes, you're boy, and we're able to do it. But I think it's the reputation that has continued to grow, and in our mind, that's good name in the industry. But for me, the most important thing, and as I always say, it me boa Ghanaians. Me I COVID say yeah new beard, and that is one thing I always pride myself in. Say as a company, it's me boa Ghanaians. Been in COVID time. And a lot of Ghanaians come at me find your fit, and that is what I'm always proud about. It's not even about the job, but say to me employ Ghanaians because at the end of the day, yeah, boy, one in baby for me that is the key for me. Yeah.
And me Ohana Obi Ghana any professor be friend no say Brad na on any interview last no. I think that was the first time I'm in a interview. See who name no see there say sure on no say me say and I felt so proud. I felt so proud. Say Ghana ni Juma at the federal level, you own your own engineering business. And I had politics because media politics interview I mean but then the way he was talking, I was so proud to say media Ghana ni to do that. I take personal glory in Ghana be success because it makes you look good. So when Ghana is out there.
I always say the politics there. Yes, there are people that take politics as a career. I know, but me feel say nipa biano or mining cost when I say here. For me, that is my passion into politics. I'm not into politics. Say me pay din and I say me pay scan. Say me go point to me say I'm okay. But say me to me who are two at me buanko. For me, that is my passion, and that is why I'm into politics. I have my own. I'm an engineer. That is what I am. Not a politician. I always tell people that I'm an engineer. That's why I take my glory for. But to me, the next generation, impact them. I take more glory in that. So that is why I'm into politics. But that is not my mainstay. Yeah.
I mean, as a chairman, I mean, why you know, I know what you do for Ghana for back home. And oh yeah, the boy, maybe the test for you on be praise you say, oh boy, more resources, mentoring, guidance, near dear workers our form. I mean, this is the impact that we want to see. The Ghana kaka no be a the boy, that's it. That's
It's me that wants it. Yo, me that wants
the
it.
chairman engineer asari bediako and Janice asari bediako in Kano, a chairman of MPP DC Metro, but he's an engineer by profession. I'm no more America for DC, Washington DC for bridge near the end. No more year more juma. This is a Ghanaian or school America, no one system nana when you not any can see reputation. A human near the mawa or any years into your channel, no master friend. Because I brought for more, I not take. Ono na ono cry ni the last time obi friend me was chairman onye ni packet one na mo ban sika nko no ko hia politics because o ni bibidi pa ni bibidi o bibidi bandex say if you catch a chairman say I'm very proud of him pa say oye adwuma Bra Michael ma me ma good evening ni akwaba me say we gina catch story why say ma mo gina so ache ya ene Bra Banda meba o hustle later antino I mean, tell on issues na aka was Jemen Samone MPP unity who asem. Ona we can say Ken can go to her chairman si Jaika. Onye two for say now they are doing Jaika. Do they Jaika?
Steve Mamenchio.
Yeah, major so.
I can say Jerry Monday no obi trouble me pa.
I say that you pissed him off, ba. In fact, the video no ha. Mame bon tell.
Oh, say me tie Steve ya.
Internal election.
Utie wa ho.
Attended name calling. Obi say ye bi obi adwene mu nipa me nam ye bie di tiri so. Abronye oseme de me sabe nkumbe diri ne sin na de na to agu. Ti wuntumi kan kwase asem. None of this leadership were able to stop them, including Baumia as a party flag bearer. You couldn't stop them. It is a say now what we are now winning. You have to do the due diligence. Go to the man and apologize. Open the Chelsea and provide with the Chenebia or Yon Asher Omachi. They are on their own dispensation. No what you want to know if you want to tell what you number. And the beer, I mean, cut the time, remember.
And see that just without apology in there is no negotiation, but at least apology in the bar.
Apology is not just apology. Without the proper apology
and proper arrangement.
Steve ya métier.
Hey, different from
that. Yeah. Let's hear from you. What do you think?
Wow, Steve ya. Mamichia Mr. Jerry Obaso Amichiano, baby Obi Amichiano. Oh, on just a double standard, no.
Say double standard.
Na say, what I make asadi ba. Yeah, na you loyal to our party. Na party no, obi ni pasi obi wo party ni mo. And I like the word that Akufo-Addo used to say, nobody is bigger than MPP. I like that word Akufo-Addo used to say. Mr. Jerry, who see obi dedicate the Japo attempt, so you get peace off. But Mr. Jerry, me tie boiling point on my FM. Who fresh show no so. In some of kafa ba o mia hono. Yembi mu yamba ambe den. Ambe anyone benye we. But we love our party. So I see me boy oba should no guy say one friend on my FM boiling point. Ni some of kafa ba o mia hono. So I ask myself, say, so in Kofu, are they really true MPP people? Are they loyal to their party? And you can't say na yeko ye, and they lose ye. So why do we choose one particular person? They blame Manu. That's where my problem is coming from. If you love your party, you will not be doing blame game. Say you lose to blame one particular person. Stevia, chopper okay. You be say you want to can Japan lose every year. And a year about 4 years out the how would they feel? How would they feel? And say I can fire Muka say me say, oh we of Funsa, now I show you, and I'm a boy. Yeah. Internet, Jamu, Musa say, Say nanka bomma for yes idea. Like we feel happy now.
And unity na be ya na enye.
Sister if you me catch you say last and Monday me catch you say. So abaye wo power e different from abaye wo position o. Hwe on say ye wo power no. Ya appointees bebre ni including Akufo-Addo. Omo utterances bi omo sem kika elidi entunyama bebre nti wona wa be di MPP nim automatically no it will affect you. It any be na affect ba omia no. What you see? It will affect you.
Okay, very well.
Oh, nti obi anu a sa time ko be di ade so a ono tese no oyo so bo for nti obi wini sa 2004 election no. What you see? And now you about position no. E kabom de e di no me badada. Say if you them there me there. Hwe ye ko to aba we. Hwe the MPP for be be to aba no. I was so shocked. Baby, primary yeah, no. Baby, I say any 8,000 to about. She rejected ballots no. And do 10 and do 15 po. And do 10 and do 15 po. What you see? Until what you say the unity is there already. And Kabum did no beba. Oh, me say we are building a political party. We are not building individual. What you see? Me say about me, and I said, "Be oya di nenya." I make a say no about me. My party for the love. It's not for you. I know.
Okay.
She the NDC for they are loyal to the party. Upon their caution, they are loyal to the party. I didn't tell people for it, sir. I didn't tell you, sir. I didn't tell you, say, you do or yauni, say, or tell say Musa. But I should say the party no. Say a party for.
Okay, very well. Yeah, what the mention is Mudiano.
Yeah, me work a little bit. Just if you share, so the honorable Ibrahim Bedu, former Ashama and MDC, your friend Bronze.
Yeah, Bronze.
Yeah, former MDC Ashama. So what no ma Bisano, family Michael, Ashama, my family, Otuna family, Ashama. Former MDC, Mr. Autry, no ma Bisano, Castle family. Honorable Japan, honorable me, Michael, me ni clan ni demo, and the city hall, and your group, and the Casa 101. So if I have a be better American, I have a and this is a problem of Japan. Come to 12 yeah.
Hello, Michael, network no crack.
The trees, yeah, group, my for, yeah, fair, great. Hello, Otiminga. I thought yeah. Yati honorable Japan treason. Yeah, shaman for your group. No, I'm saying the market Japan. Say me social media, but me be MPP somehow. Me Michael, me Tomika, and the mini rally my MPP was our constituency. Me Tomika, the mini rally masha. Oh, my MPP. Oh, was our constituency. Kudus. Me back in Japan, the bodyguard no lecture, ne friend Kudus. That's only Michael Anna. What I say? It's a year in Pobianka Obechia in coming in Kaysan Medical Japoichi. But my love for the party, no, and the key. And the key.
Okay.
It's enter the air, no. Say, fellow say MPP for power, enter the air, no. Said opinion pass will be our party no more. They are poor bichowa in Kayana could the person called party nicho. Party I also was on DNA who fair say for we are looters, there's no tomorrow. When you so don't is a party no. O kwaya ba say party na san to abama never lead Sister Fia.
We made your point. Or you put James somebody no any easy.
Sister Fia. Me James issue a crocodile the John. Me gonna you can say Ibrahim Ibrahim President Mahama Sebi I'm full say Ghana for your dream of I don't get it. She quite how fast do you to conifro no e be nim guase ma no excuse my language into on person be ya there be touch in premier nubium yeah because she say go for e ba say no ekika se fa no fa to kono ho am ono ne num tom e ko share ndi se fuka tro mu se e mo yiri mo ko school na mo ko school ni wi a me push ma aba duru sha ho nti no tok no on tin fa ni ejuma sani sem no kan when was opposition no oba no mu yi tok ni floor no e be ni ngwase ma no nti on pese be twa so mienu nti onya hwe sister fia me won me dey me ka say ye constitution wo sister fia me dey me ka say ye constitution wo say ye nsisa now some your key positions be wo ha omo ka so mu yo mu leaders na say appointed him president too much power him president too much sister fia so we can keep our constitution the right way so what you see sister fia me that see
remember private chat I think and will be friend is up or so no kasa
sister fia me wo no ma me mbo ma nya hwe ma me mbo do be for do fa ma me mbo
security reasons I am penny sir
but me try and bow
me ba everyone ma go actual private chat share you know so we say actual maybe we say actual private chat Mr. Bandakra send a message to us say private chat whatever so
okay me check what share yeah the best no
member because they say the security you know Ochina ko no bi ba we Mr. Banda good evening.
Good evening sister Pimbaja to say.
Pacho mami tio, mpacho e dio.
Me da se na akonya o da ma me enyumre. Dedi kan brothers two na mukasa na aba ko person.
So raise your voice mami akabe bo am pa, so voice in low kra.
What in say?
Na me na ye low. Me tin ka bete ye low.
What say?
Aha yeah.
Okay. Dedi kan me pese me da wase se obi makonya na they to be two brothers now mukasa no. I was so happy and so excited. They were mukasa those no more two opposing side, but you could see say or more say about Emmanuel Seminole. It was so deep, you know. They show respect to you and to your platform and to all of us. They did kind of best me down. They toss be a brother now we engineer no Mr. Asare Bedi Akuno. Wamama is so proud of him, his contributions. Minim say Ghana for say two kwanya one of your futures say per se you make it a good mark baby. I don't know the way and so no me bomb person yanko potun super go so nem na the toss beam no the issues at hand currently the first case no Jane Mensa she has been cleared say there's no prima facie case against her. I think say a good way because no not me shame tama sanum shas because no cray woman say Nana Kufuor estate a bad precedent because tama osake Charlotte Oseno. Of course no matter you can have issues, you can always have reason to sack people. Nimum we are not be to say adibia everybody want to look upon that and do other things because the men it does not have anything to do with the competence in the Juma. But because of say Charlotte or say Bintina or more or no so name to see an assembly abano. For me, idea me very hopeful so if you look at 3 instances, one Charlotte say the toss beam Chief Justice no. Ananka Jemensa become one, anka it will be a very damage to embar or Ghana. Because Sister Fia, have you ever seen say Omaji Bema be in position that or Ghana? Embar no so we want to develop a country. You cannot develop a nation without women. I'm even tempted to believe saying Yankopon cry over because to develop a country without embar. Because according to history, so kukua yedi enidiema emma and as emma what say no sa or mano a ya a tumpon so but sabio to say bia obabi konya position bia obi a person na to from how akumsin ye to train ni so awadomu on so much to be ma bia ni suda hwe set am ndc for mpp for 2004 nipa na okasa na okafo pa the miracle all the time I'm call to Saba election, also within Zakano. But somebody like our comes, and I'm only praying, say, Ebia, with time, we begin to appreciate the role of Mba in our society. Say, Yanesa, me free say the Ghana phone, ebe go butria, ne kugu Ghana wa, there will not be any development. Until anyway, my first remarks. Anna, the issue, with that, say MP4 unit call and all that, if we say, unit is there, it will be very difficult because currently, they can have unity, but if the unity alone will be enough to win them power, is for me another case. So, I've been on several occasions, I've been for Baumia, but I don't know, they will win 2028 election because I do not see that. When this phone, they have more than how many seats in the more parliaments is here?
Oh, they have almost to 10. They have almost to 10.
They have enough majority. Assume say, a normal to say it's a cocoa board, the likelihood say they will lose half of the seat, is very, very low. Only lose vote. But say, Beko from MMP before winning election on there. And moreover, so the MP before they don't know who is even coming to face them in the next election. If you are going to get somebody like General Sidon Katia, for me, Sister Afia, me mama every BA, every Sidon Katia crew. So that's it. But you say I do fear we I can many votes, but I can probably use that as a because I'll be proud to have somebody coming from my village. So that's it. And the MPP, they also it's not only about unity. They should rather look at some of the things they said during their elections against Omuhu. Because Ceciano, some of the messages from Baumia Campano, I say they are so there. So sometimes on the last say I realized that I went to some extent be big for Kennedy. Assume say Kennedy supporters they will not be happy. So that's it. Even say we are member out and because we are not happy and I say we are going a different way, they will also not play any major role to support you.
Yeah.
And we do not underestimate Kennedy and Japan. Kennedy Japan is a big fish in the pond. If you underestimate any vote back could be a backup from the say or more MP before Uncle. That is what they are saying. Metie Justin Kodua and Asampa FM. No more say Nipa or but how do you get even your people to vote? So if you are not even in the position to get your own people to vote, you also know, say, even you need voting voters to even win an election. And you have not been able to mobilize them. So you have a deficit.
Yeah.
The deficit now, you have to solve that one. Then after that, then you get other, and then the population is also changing. It's dynamic because people who voted in 2024 elections are not the same voters, not only in terms of age-wise, not their economic situation will change. So the economic situation will change. Some of them will be not happy. Some will be happy. Some people will get job. Some of them maybe only one little thing because of for winning 2000 election. Sister Fia, but they won't talk a lot of quite so car sorry. Look at this thinking. Only just no reason. So these hardcore supporters are also there. And I think the MPP, they have a very big thing to do. But maybe one good thing they are doing now is starting to do their polling station elections, their constituency elections. But I really got disappointed in Justin Koduyane. Look at one question that was asked today, and he could not give any answer. I won't be saying was Tampa FM because he came to constituency and regional level. The secretary should have a minimum of a diploma qualification. And he was asked, what about the general secretary position? There's no condition, there's no qualification for that. So how do you reconcile that? How do you tell ordinary people
Yeah, so on the only condition, now I'm hospital the moon condition.
So that's it. But you are in opposition and you want to come to power. Of course, we live to see. I hope, say, if they win election, then it will be very good for Ghana, because then all the political parties will know you can be voted out of power any 4 years. Okay. But so then they should be in opposition for another 4 years. Then 8 years, I don't have any problem with it. Okay. Thank you so much.
And he's all for democracy, need democracy beat me. I call name. Emmanuel, I say Emmanuel, you are welcome, but Eben, I say Ghanaians are indeed wise. Oma wise up now. That is why we are not going to entertain MPP again to come to power and steal our national property. Well, it doesn't lie. Oh, vote here one. Ghana for yes, and so on beto. Let's wait to see how the vote will go. Kofi Morgan say, why is MPP man comparing Randy Abe to Tokonu? Case is near different. Jude is very deep and knowledgeable in the law. Tiemfa de Jude no. And to also views no. Ghana ni or say he's more than wise. Or the friend say, I think Michael too. And Nasemna all kind of saying. But Mami Namasi, and then you have been very, very good joining us for this discussion. With next week we have another solid show for you. This has been Jasu Jumedi. I had the live on OKFM on Facebook, on YouTube, online, everywhere, on Vim Lady online and so next week. So we have a very solid show for you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you so much.